Okay. There it goes. I think. Let's test it. Test. There it goes. Okay. I can hear myself. That's good. That works. Okay. Do the thing with the thing here. Where are we? Let's see. Hello, everybody. I hope everything's well. Bear tried to do a freaking show and crapped out on him. So we're going to try and do it, a second time. So just completely ignore the first show. Oh, Bear, he tried to do a professional show. The last day of the year just doesn't work out. Just doesn't work out at all. All right, there we are. Hopefully the thing worked out for everybody. We shall see. We'll give it a moment for everybody to come in. Hope everyone's New Year's is doing well out there. Doing well out there for everyone. So hope everybody is getting back into the groove of things after the holiday season, whichever one you kind of celebrate out there. So hope everyone is doing good on all of that sort of stuff. All right, 1 second here, people. Let me try to figure something out here. 1 second. Let's see. All right. There we go. Oh, gosh darn it. No, didn't want to do that. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. That is where Bear wants to be. All right. Let's see. Check. Checkity check. Okay. Everything looks like it's working, people, for Bear. Had to do it a second time. So hope everyone's doing well. Apologies for the delays and everything else out there. What do you expect from a freaking Bear show? Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, people. All right, let's go ahead. Try to do this for you good people. I hope it works out. Hope it works out here. Let me find it here. 1 second, do the thing with the thing. Oh, for crying out loud. Where did it go? There we go. There we are, people. We hope we've got this taken care of for you good people. All right, let's see if this will work, people. This is always what you want to hear from your host. Hey, let's see if this thing will work or not. All right, let's see it. Let's do the thing with the thing. Of course it doesn't work. For crying out loud. Okay, let's see. Thing with the thing. Yeah, I've already got it in there. What the heck, man? Stick an OBS. Okay. Will it... This may be a Ask Bear Anything show, because it does not look like it's working here for Bear at all. At all for you good people. Gosh dang it. Okay, so there's that. That works. Okay. There it is. There it is. Man, oh man. Bear almost called the quits on everything here. All right, let me see if the browser will come up. I think I got to do a new one here. 1 second. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, let me... okay, do the thing with the thing here. Hope everybody's weekend is going well. As Bear vamps here. Trying to get everything, hopefully, to work. If this doesn't work, Bear's just going to throw his hands up in frustration. All right, there we are. Let me make sure that it is live so I can see you good people. There we are. Okay, there we are. We are almost on our way to somewhat of a show. I don't know what kind of show it might be, but there we are, people. All right. We are starting off the show, kind of going through some news articles that we came across over the years. Some funny stuff, some serious stuff, some stuff that's in between for you good people. So we're just going to go ahead, get right on into it from January. We'll see how far we can get, people. From January here, we're just going to kind of go through the headlines here. If you want to hear Bear's read through the articles or Bear's takes on anything, just let him know, and we'll do that. From starting off from what was this, December 30th? So not even the freaking 2023, but we'll go ahead and count it as 2023 just in case. A high ambition, people. Italian army aims for self-sufficient cannabis market. Used to be the army fought drug dealers, but now they says, you know what, that's way too lucrative. We need to grow our own cannabis, our own cells. So they're doing that in Italy. You know, forget about the Ukraine situation. Just go ahead and grow some pot out there. We're going to be all right. Also, L'Oreal Magic Brow will print eyebrows with the iPhone's help. So if you need some eyebrows, people, there you are. There is the machine. How to put some eyebrows on your face there. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Actually, kind of one of the themes. Bear was trying to come up with sort of a theme for the show this evening. Kind of one of the themes that we're going to be doing. The rise of technology and AI. Or the fall, sometimes. The fall out there. So anyways, there we are. L'Oreal Magic Brow, as it were. Magic Brow. From Variety. So we got a kind of a variety of different articles here. Talking about the secret meanings, tequila, and Black Adam versus Superman. How Dwayne Johnson's bid for the DC power flamed out. So they had that great movie that was supposed to just launch everything, and not everybody really saw Black Adam. So they says, that whole Henry Cavill situation, we don't need to deal with that. In fact, where is it here? 1 second, let me find it. Poor Henry Cavill having a meeting with James Gunn. We'll talk about that in just a second here. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Superman again. Then there was like, no, you're not playing Superman anymore. He's like, well. Probably need a little bit more tequila. Probably was missing tequila that they really needed to kind of grease the skids, as it were. Grease those skids out there. The TSA finds a 4-foot emotional support boa constrictor and women's carry-on at the Tampa airport. So there you are. There is the emotional support boa constrictor. It just kind of hugs you. Just kind of hugs you real tight there. Makes you feel a whole lot better. 4-foot emotional support boa constrictor. YouTube's creators are ducking outrage by its swearing policy. We actually did this. Bear kind of has a policy of, trying not to swear. Sometimes it's harder than it looks or sounds. But Bear has a policy, try not to swear out there. But, when was this? January 18th. January 13th. Bear needs to check his glasses here. So we actually had one of the very few times Bear came out swinging with swear words galore, much like a sailor. He decided to go ahead and do that at the very beginning to kind of show some solidarity there. But I think YouTube kind of replaced the policy, changed it up a little bit. I think there was a lot of consternation out there. Consternation. Hey, Henry. Hey, good to have you here. We're trying. Bear literally has tried to do a professional show. It didn't start off. This is the second time Bear's tried to do this. So we'll try. We shall try out here to do it. Let me see if it's still test. Okay, we're still working. The previous one, the audio was something, I don't know. Duck. No, it's Bear. It is a bear, Mark. Good to have Mark over here. Haven't seen Mark in a while. Good to have him around. Maybe a professional show in 2024. Fingers, claws crossed. Claws crossed out there. Since we got a couple people here, we're going through all of the news stories for 2020. Well, I want to say all the funny news stories, the interesting news stories, stories that piqued Bear's interest, and hopefully yours out there as well. So we're going through them, just, pardon me, doing some headlines, maybe a commentary or two. If you want Bear to read it, he will check it out, but there you go. Duck Bear, duck. Ah, there you go. I do have to duck. Gotta watch out for Those low-flying things. How many of we remember, not Variety? We all remember Variety, I hope. Velma out here. Gosh, Bear was pretty early on in talking about this. I mean, it really blew up. Bear had no idea. It was just like, yeah, Velma, this looks kind of stupid. They race swapped her. Kind of silly, but yeah, there you go. HBO's Velma. Can't scare up a reason to exist. This is from Variety, which usually is very pro whatever the studio is talking about. So even Variety couldn't hide the stank of Velma and what was her name? What was the actress? I'm trying to remember. Mindy something or another. Mindy Kaling. So yay! She got a self-insert, so congratulations. But yeah, not a very good show. Not a very good show at all. Oh, making a bear duck chimera, says Marco for Anthony. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Sometimes Bear's a little slow on the uptake. Plus, it is January out there, so he's getting a little bit ready for some hibernation. Some hibernation for you good people. People, the real problem with the MCU was you. Well, it might have been Screen Rant. They are definitely the problem, for sure. Coming out with some just glowing articles. We'll get into some of those later, but... glowing articles about, what was it, Camilla Khan or whatever her name was there. Like, it was, what was it? It was like the lowest rated MCU show on Disney Plus. So the real problem was either you or Bear's probably going to say a Screen Rant out there. But that's also another theme. We're going to see that theme kind of pop up through the months here where... movie bombs, artist completely takes the character out of context or out of, whatever, like Indiana Jones. And, they don't like it so much. The problem is you. I suppose that's a certain truth to it where, the problem is people not showing up to see the movie. So technically that might be true. But yeah, the whole blaming of the audience on their own failures out there. Not really sure if that's going to go over very well. I guess we could also count platypus bears from Avatar. I see. Never saw the second one, so I couldn't tell you. Only thing I liked about Phase 4 was WandaVision. I think that was an interesting... Bear never saw it, but just kind of lived vicariously through other YouTubers that were reviewing it. I thought the first couple episodes were really interesting, where they were trying to do a take of placing Marvel characters in like TV throughout history, kind of the 50s through the 80s and stuff like that. I thought that was a really interesting and unique concept. Kind of dropped the ball when it was like, oh, it was all a dream. Whatever. I don't know. Didn't Vision die in one of the movies? I thought he died. I could be wrong on that one, but yeah, kind of an interesting thing. Guardians of the Galaxy was Phase 4. I think it ended. Didn't it end with was it Doctor Strange? I think they just basically threw in the towel. I might have this in one of the articles. I don't remember reading it, but yeah, I think they just kind of threw in the towel. Yeah, Vision did die in Infinity War. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you so much there. Let's see. Moving on. Because it helps, people. It definitely helps that Black Panther Wakanda Forever and Ant-Man, pardon me, Oscar-nominated Ant-Man and the Wasp. We'll get to that. Quantumania secure a February release date. So it's the first Marvel movies in the market since 2019. And it all worked out. It just worked out great for both of those movies. I mean... China known for their, racial tolerance, and also going to see Ant-Man. That's the two things that China is known for. Not so much, though. Not so much. How many of you remember the Joker getting pregnant? Because 2023 was the year that Joker became pregnant, gave birth to a butt baby. That was 2023. Joker writer, responds to media criticism of villain's pregnancy. Gee, I wonder why. Once again, people, it's all your fault. It's criticism. It's not actually people saying, wait a minute, how does the Joker get pregnant? How does, he give birth to pardon me, people, a mud baby, quote unquote. A mud baby out there. So, Henry says, a pregnant Joker, the good old days. Marco for Anthony forgot all about that. So we were bringing back some horrible memories here for old Mark. Sorry about that, Mark. There's going to be more of that coming. The 2023, the year of pregnant Joker. All right, let's see. That was January, people. Let's see if February actually works for beer. We'll find out here in just a second. All right, let's see. Okay, February. Hold on, work for me. It works. Oh my God, the only first time something worked for beer. All day long. Finally, thank you. Thank you, Bear Jesus. From the New York Post. This is February, people. We're going to go through month by month here. Month by month. Marco 483 says, thanks, Bear. I needed to repress that all over again. There you go. Well, that's what you got New Year's Eve coming up for. You can repress and or forget all of your memories with a modest amount of alcohol. Modest amount out there. A high school basketball coach fired after impersonating a 13-year-old in JV basketball game. So there is the 23-year-old coach playing against, 22-year-old, playing against a bunch of 13-year-olds, 12 and 13-year-olds. So there you are. She got a leg up. I wonder, wouldn't it be bad if her team got beat? It's like, hey, we got a secret weapon here on the court, but we still got beat. Oh boy, that makes Bear laugh here. Japanese company rolls out whale vending machine in Tokyo region. Conservationists have criticized whale meat industry. You don't say. So you can get your whale out of you can get a lot of things out of a vending machine in Tokyo. And also whale. So I wonder if it comes cooked. Let's see. The kaiju store will sell whale bacon, whale steaks, and other whale meat products in 3 separate unmanned kiosks. There you go. Doesn't say if it's cooked or not. I don't know. They eat raw. They eat sushi over there. So I suppose they eat raw whale. I suppose. I never know. Bear wouldn't know what to do with a whale. He loves this seafood, but it's like, manatees are hard enough. The whales are like exponentially larger. Whales are unclean, says Henry. Well, I guess the Jewish will not be eating their whale bacon. That's for sure. That is definitely for sure. I hope not with all that blubber, says Mark. That might be extra. You might be able to get your extra blubber on the side. People, it was 2023. It was the year of the world-breaking Guinness World Record 14-dog conga line. 14 dogs right there, people. That is a good boy. Or good boys. Good boys, multiple. So there you are. Of course, in Germany. Where else but in Germany? Can you see the dog conga line? World record, people. World record. No whale meat for Henry. Us, poor guy. I'm sure it somewhat tastes, I don't know, delicious? We'll go with scrumptious. We'll go with scrumptious out there. One would imagine. People. From one dog to another, French's created hot dog buns with the mustard baked right in, people. As Bear says, there's only one good condiment on hot dogs, and that's mustard, people. Onions, maybe. You can go with onions. Coleslaw sometimes. Sauerkraut, okay, maybe. But mustard, that's where it is. It didn't show it. Gosh darn it. Hold on one second. I thought it had. There we go. It's literally a yellow bun, people. A yellow bun. Ketchup! How dare you, sir? We will get to that story here shortly, and you will be eating your words. You will be eating words without ketchup, sir. Without ketchup. Chili, okay, we'll go with chili sometimes. Cheese, no. Onions, sure. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. But man, oh man. No, just mustard there. Just mustard. You get your. I don't know why they're putting on more mustard onto a bun that's made out of mustard. I guess you really have to love. You really have to love your mustard out there. Are those clip-on nails? Those look like clip-on nails, people. I swear. The things that Bear sees. The things that Bear sees. Look. I'm pretty sure those are clip-on nails, man. Pretty sure about that one. The things you find. The things you find. Marco for Anthony says yes. See, look. I mean, it goes from like a male, I'm assuming, to a female. Or did he just put on clip-on nails? I'm not sure. Did the dude put on... it's 2023. The dude put on clip-on nails. We know where we're... French's... Yeah, okay, we get it. Clip-on nails. Gotcha. I just had hot dogs with ketchup and honey mustard today. Says Marco for everything. Well, says Bear. There you are. We have plenty of James Gunn stories. Oh boy. Bear has been very critical of, and rightfully so, of James Gunn. Not so much of the saffron, but definitely of a noted pervert out there in Bear's opinion, James Gunn. James Gunn and Peter Safran, remember, reveal their slate for DC Studios, including a new Batman and already announced Superman film. So that was all the way, I thought it was late January here, January 31st. They announced it at the beginning of the year. Not going to have anything coming up in 2024. Sorry, people. Maybe in 2025. We'll see. We shall see. Where was the Superman one? Yeah, that one bombed. That one's delayed. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. There's Superman right there. There he is. So there you are, people. We'll go through the year and find out all the changing and contradictions that our good buddy James Gunn has for the DCU, including an interesting article coming up. So keep your eyes out for that. Mark says, our refined tastes are better than Bear's. How dare you, sir? One of Gunn's friends left a bull testicle on his doorstep as a prank, and Gunn posted... That's literally one of the tamest things that James Gunn has done on social media. Bear could go through it, but we just don't have time. Not time this evening. So they got their Batman for no apparent reason. Here is Batman in a dress. I don't know why, man. Batman's in a dress. It's on GQ, so I'm sure it's very fashionable. And boots and a fur. How dare you, sir? A fur jacket. Ay. Not enough time this year, says Mark. Yes, indeed. By the way, this is Bear's been talking about this pretty much all year long. This is where Bear got it originally here. I want to give a shout out. John F. Trent at Bounding Into Comics been talking about it for quite some time. Very interesting rumor that they had here. The DCU slate rumored to be bait for a potential buyer. So they were talking about Apple or Amazon maybe. Allegedly has a secret plan in case Apple or Amazon or Universal gobble up Warner Brothers. Actually, we had a story talking about Warner Brothers trying to gobble up, I think it was Paramount. I'm like, no, that ain't going to happen. They don't have no money to begin with. So there you are. We kind of hit on that throughout the year. So I wanted to give credit. Here we go. WDW Pro. Very good. Bears used him several times there. So if you do check it out, I believe it's WDW Pro or I can't remember if it's that or if its handle, if its Twitter handle is like at the Park Place. I forget if it's the website is the at the Park Place or if it's WDW Pro. But in either case, very good scooper out there. We're going to keep an eye on this in 2024. This might be the thing to do. I believe that they were talking about April 8th or 11th or something like that. That was when their quarter comes out. And so we might see some movement, whether or not this rumor is true or not. Good, says Marco for Anthony. Amazon can try and ruin something else, like Lord of the Rings. Well, sir, we'll get to that momentarily. James Mandigold admits that he's maligning Indiana Jones' character. Says audience will have to readjust and retool their brains for this guy. No, they retooled their wallet, sir. One of the biggest box office bombs of all time. So there you go. You know, he's strutting his stuff here. In February. He's like, yeah, everybody's got to go see this movie. Bunch of haters out there, blah, 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 blah. Not so much, man. Marvel VFX artist admits that Ant-Man and the... pardon me. Oscar-nominated Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania looks awful. A reveal studio shifted all of the money and all of the best resources to Wakanda Forever. Oscar-nominated Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oscar, I still can't believe it. Can't believe it, people. Quantumania, a still worse drop for the MCU title, A Cocaine Bear, real high, with $23 million. Of course, Jesus Revolution, raising $15 million. Yeah, A Cocaine Bear did not too bad. Not too bad out there. I don't think it's going to be like a classic film or anything like that, but there you go. 2023, the year of the Cocaine Bear. Not this bear, though. No, I stay away from the white powder. Crying out loud. Can you imagine Bear trying to do this show high on the cocaine? Yeah. Henry said he saw Jesus Revolution. How was it? Go ahead and leave that in the chat if it is a film that is worthwhile. Probably on streaming. Probably already out there by now. Pardon me. From the Screen Rant, the geniuses out there at the Screen Rant, how the Little Mermaid remake is more progressive. I'm sure that worked out really well in their favor. With the lady with the largest distance between her eyes. Still just odd, man. Just very odd, that. Kevin Feige reveals Marvel will cut back on Disney Plus shows after no Marvel series cracked the top 15 streaming shows in 2022. Well, if you've got a favorite Disney Plus show that came out this year, what was it? Like Loki? They had Loki. What else did they have? They had, that's how memorable they were. I can't remember. Did they do the Miss Marvel show with the girl in there? Did they do that this year or was it last year? I forget. It was like, oh, this is the greatest show ever. Nobody watched it. Anyways, there you are. Jason Momoa rumored to exit role of Aquaman because Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom is terrible. Well, it may or may not be terrible, but it's definitely losing a bunch of money. And he basically says, yeah, I'm out anyways. So there you go. All the way back in February. Oh, that was this year. Okay. That didn't help him out much. At all. Microsoft limits Bing chat to 5 replies to stop the AI, quote, from getting really weird. Microsoft's new limit means Bing chatbot users can only ask a maximum of 5 questions per session and 50 in total per day. Henry says he saw Aquaman 2 the other day and he enjoyed it. Yeah, I heard it was adequate. I mean, if you like the first movie, it seemed like it was kind of a direct continuation of that, and everybody that went to go see the first movie would probably enjoy the second one. James Wan is kind of an interesting director. What was the horror film that he did? The one recently there. Anyways, very very interesting a direction that he's done. I kind of like it. I kind of like his style. I do. Never saw the first Aquaman, so it wasn't like, oh boy, let me go just jump out and go see the second one. It was like, we'll catch it, maybe. I don't know. It's like a dead end. It's like a cul-de-sac. Even if you loved Aquaman 2, there's never going to be an Aquaman 3. So it was like, I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, anyways, the Bing chat. There was a, I believe it might have been a journalist or maybe a tech reviewer or something like that was doing the Bing chat. I think it was Bing or maybe it was the chat GPT. Basically, the AI fell in love with them and wanted them to leave their wife or a significant other. And, when they wouldn't do it, was like, okay, kill yourself, that sort of deal. I mean, it was really... Then there was other ones where it was like, yes, of course, I am an AI and I'm going to take over the world. Yes, of course. And it's like, no. Quit asking that question. So yeah, we're going to get a lot of AI stories from this year. A lot of AI stories. There you go. A progressive group roiled by accusations diversity leader misrepresented her ethnic background. No, you don't say. You don't say. It was the Quakers. It was the Quaker organization. So, whoops-a-doodle. Whoops-a-doodle. Mark says, oops, ignore that. That's true. That is a lot of commas in there. A lot of commas and plus marks. No comment here. No comment whatsoever here. All right, let me see. Come on, please. March work. Will March work? Will it do it? It did it! Oh boy, people. We might actually have. Well, the first part of the show didn't start off as a professional show, but we're going to get somewhere, people. We're definitely going to get somewhere. U.S. presidents rock mullets in hilarious AI images. I told you, people, AI, kind of big this year. It's kind of like crypto was a couple years ago. So there you are. There's Biden. There's Trump. Barack, not so much there. Not so much. I think Jimmy Carter and Polk. I believe Polk, maybe? Not really sure. There's Billy C. I kind of like that one. That's pretty cool. Actually, I kind of like Ronnie's a little bit better. Looks styling there. Let's see. There's Trump. There he is. El Trumpo. Looks like he's about to jump onto a motorcycle. Was it Lincoln? Hold on. Let me scroll all the way down here. Let's find it. Let's see. Garfield. Oh, it is Lincoln. Yeah, you're right. You were right. Where is Polk? Oh, there. Okay, so see, that's why Bear got them confused. They look pretty similar there. Polk and Lincoln. Completely opposite as presidents, but a very similar hairstyle. If your AI is doing mullets. AI is doing mullets out there. Yes, indeed. Ford applies to patent self-repossessing cars that can drive themselves away. Or alternatively, come on, Beer, the car could drive itself to the junkyard if it costs too much to repossess. Interesting. Just drive it. The great world that we live in, when your a car, hopefully you're not sleeping in it on the side of the road after you've missed all your payments, and that's the only place that you can sleep, decides to take itself to the junkyard to get crushed. Hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll see. 2024, crazy year. Alleged thieves in Tesla SUV arrested after stopping to charge 10 miles from the crime scene. Loaded up, and you got to wait like 45 minutes for the thing to get a full charge. So yeah, stole a bunch of. Is that like one of those electric toothbrushes? What a good thing to steal. I don't know how you stuff all that stuff down your pants, but they've got more than one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whole bunch of those I guess electric toothbrushes are going for a mint out there. Going for a mint. Speaking of mints, this was the year that all the banks out west, got folded under. That was the FTX and all the other stuff that was going bad. We got a couple of FTX stories, but I didn't want to load it up here. Great to see Eric out here. Great to see Eric as well. By the way, jumping ahead a little bit, but got to meet Eric in Tampa this year. Good guy out there. Hopefully we get to do it again in 2024. Fun stuff. Bear will hold off on his thoughts on Chicago here for just a minute. Cocaine cat taken into custody at Cincinnati Zoo. Incident occurred after the recent release of the horror comedy Cocaine Bear. Was it a comedy? Really? They should have leaned into the horror part. They should have leaned into one or the other. They shouldn't have just done like either or. They should have just leaned into the horror thing. Kind of made it silly. I still can't believe they let a bear into the convention center. Gosh, I can't believe bear saw so much spandex that year. Holy cow. Holy moly. Yeah, they let in all they let in all types out there. All types. That was Bear's very first convention too. Very first comic convention. So quite a year. Quite a year. Oh, by the way, Eric, we're just going through all of the kind of headlines throughout the year. So you might have missed a number of these. So if you've missed them and want Bear to kind of read through it, we're just doing the headlines here. But if you want Bear to kind of read through it, just let him know. Let him know. Let's see. What's next? A dog, a horse, a CyberFrog. Oh, my gosh. Oh, we'll also get into the best books and all that stuff a little bit later on here. But Bear will... heck, we'll go ahead and spoil it for everybody. There were, number one, a number of books that Bear has still yet to read. Last year, it was Wraith of God, the first one. I've got the second one. I literally have it right over there right out of Bear's claws here. But yeah, it's I took it out, but I put it back in the box there. I still need to read it. So that may still have. So with an asterisk here, Bear's best book of the year, and best so far, really, it is CyberFrog 2. So excellent book. We can talk a little bit more about it later, but yeah, good stuff out there. James Bond books edited to avoid offense to modern audiences, the worst kind of audience. So yeah, they took out all that sort of stuff. James Bond has censored, but not stirred. Yeah. Oh, Henry has streamed a review of LOPRESTI's Garbage Man earlier today. Oh, excellent. I might have to check that out. Maybe not. I don't want to spoil it. So hopefully you put in some spoiler alerts out there for old Bear here. Hopefully the Wraith survives. Hopefully it survives. Newark duped in Sister City scam. Try saying that 3 times fast. By non-existent Hindu nation Kalisa. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much, sir. There you go. Go check. That is one of Bear's stories, how Kit Carter was shadow banned. So that'll be coming up. Gosh, when was that? I want to say like October, November, somewhere right around there was when he launched it. So very good. Very, very good. So thank you, Eric. Always mod extraordinaire out there. Mod extraordinaire. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Pardon me, people. Pardon me. Oscar-nominated Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania writer Jeff Loveness rejects negative reaction to the film. I'm right. MODOK was great. Yeah, a great bomb. One of the greatest bombs of all time. Congratulations, sir. You demand. Good old MODOK and MODOK butt. I believe he was supposed to write one of the Avenger films And then they had the whole Jonathan Majors situation and a couple other things. And I think he got booted off, if Bear remembers correctly. So he was on a high back in March 1st. And at the end of the year, not so much. Although it did get nominated for an Oscar. So there you go. There you go, people. How many of us have been nominated for an Oscar? Not many. Not many of us. Pardon me. Oscar nominated Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania declared a bankrupt enterprise after another huge drop at the box office. He's still happy about it, though. Still really happy about it. And poor old Jonathan Majors, I think not long after this, was arrested in New York City and later found guilty. I'm not sure if he's going to jail or not, or if it's just like community service. I need to look that up. If anybody knows in the chat, let Bear know. But not a good year. Not a good year for. And I kind of like him as an actor. I think he is a very strong screen presence. The only reason that Bear would ever want to watch this movie is for Jonathan Majors. I think he does good work. It's kind of unfortunately anger issues and trying to conceal evidence. That's no bueno at all. MCU MODOK is abomination. Abomination. Rogue Squadron and Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie canceled, people. It's been canceled. Sorry. If you're looking forward to that, oh well. James Gunn defends the race swapping of the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 by accusing fan of having racist presumptions. Once again, kind of going in with the theme of artists and people out there poo-pooing the audience and literally calling them racist. We'll get to the Marvel's director here in just a little bit, but that's where all that stuff went. Kind of a theme throughout the year. HBO Max explains reasons for the Westworld removal. They had a number of these. We'll get to some of the other articles in a little bit, but everybody came into streaming thinking, oh, well, I can watch, whatever show I want to watch at whatever time I want to watch, when I want to watch it. Not so much. Not so much, people. Westworld was huge. The first season was huge for HBO. They put in a ton of money to it. Really good first season. I would say, if you get a chance, you're not going to be able to see it on HBO Max, but if you get a chance, go and watch the first season of Westworld. Excellent season. They crapped the bed in the second season and never turned back. Got caught up in the whole Me Too situation. Westworld was very, very gritty and sexual, and they took away the whole sexual stuff, and basically it was just, men are evil, women are the greatest, yada yada yada. You know the situation. So, yeah, a number of seasons after that, and then they says, not so much. We're gonna take that off. Take that off. High Evolutionary is not black. He's magenta. I think that's what the guy was complaining about. Let's see. Let me find it here. Let's see. That doesn't. I'm just trying to look and see what the. Well, he says another white guy. So I don't know. I mean, again, it's I think the actor is, from what Bear heard, the actor did a really good job. What was his name? Oh, God. I'm trying to pronounce this. Chakwudi Wiju. Owiju. I apologize, sir. Bear's trying to pronounce funny names. It's a little hard. So I heard he did a really good job with it. But, yeah, again, kind of very unnecessary. Very unnecessary unless it was just like, I have to have this actor for the role there. So there you are. Shazam, people. Fury of the Gods doesn't fly with moviegoers at 30 million plus. We're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see a lot of that from the DCEU, the former DCEU. performer. Ben Affleck absolutely buries working on Joss Whedon's The Justice League. He says, that was the worst experience I've ever seen in a business. Drove him to drink, people. Drove him to drink. Henry says, I wanted to see Shazam, but never got around to it. Well, hopefully it'll show up on streaming. You never know. You never know. Yeah, he is based. He is based, that's for sure. Not taking away anything from that, but again, we had at the beginning of the year, January, right? January or something like that, you had early February, James Gunn came out, here's the new slate of movies, we're going to be moving on, all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. Well, you still had, what was it, three or four movies coming out, and it was like, well, what's the point of seeing a cinematic universe when it's a dead end? It's a cul-de-sac, so I'm sure it probably did really, really well, or it could have done really well if they just would have promoted it. I think some of the issues was it seems like a lot of those movies, Warner Brothers cut back on either production or promotion of some of the movies. They might have looked at it and says, there's no way, we can't squeeze this stone anymore to get anything else out of it, so we're just going to cut our losses. So you had a lot of stuff like The Flash, which was like kind of half or quarter finished in the CGI. They just basically gave up and let's just put a wireframe in, it's good enough. So yeah, there's a lot of that they could have done. They could have put in some more money to it, but never did. Never did at all. Jiminy asks, where are the Lesters? They might have been caught up on the first show that Bear did with no audio, so they might be patiently waiting for Bear, saying, "Where is Bear?" Why? I hope I canceled that show. I hope I stopped it, but you never know. I don't know. Hey, hopefully they're out having fun. Hopefully they are out having fun. He also says, now in demand, go buy the 100-page sequel to the 2022 horror comedy hit Creepsters 2. Creepsters 2. Where's Bear? I'm right here. What? Am I not? Let's see. Test. For crying out loud. I literally had to close out the show, Jiminy, and now you're giving Bear conniption fits. We read that one. We're basically going through all of the headlines. Not all of the headlines. The headlines that Bear finds intriguing and or funny. Like Disney unplugging the metaverse. Poor the metaverse. Remember 2021 when the metaverse was on the rise and everybody was buying NFTs? Not so much. Not so much. He says, poor Bear. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Bear was got all his hopes up. He says, I've been waiting all year long to do a professional show. Hits the go live button, and you can't hear Bear. Can't hear Bear at all. Gosh darn it at all. P Money's here. Great it. Finally, we are in March. But that's all right. That's all right. Good riddance to the metaverse, says Eric. There is, we'll get to it later on, but there is an article that Bear has where, what was it? I want to say it was above 90%, 95% of all NFTs in existence are worthless. So if you got your NFT and you're ready to go to the metaverse, you bought your, what was it? It was something in the it wasn't Facebook. Meta, like they were doing something. Was it Meta or was it like whatever they called their metaverse thing online where you could purchase what was it, like real estate or something like that. And somebody bought something. I'm right next to Snoop Dogg or something. It's like, come on, man, this is so stupid. This is what was the old one? Was it like Second Life? It was like an updated version of Second Life, and it's like, what? Why? We don't need that. It's like an updated version of CompuServe or something. It's like, this is completely useless. We don't need that. Don't need that at all. P Money says, Cricket and Eric sounds like a fun night we've been waiting on. we've been having. Oh, yes. Well, and waiting on as well. Waiting on as well. P-Money had to wade through the mountain of snow to get back to his he shack. You can buy a hyperlink to a JPEG. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. Bear had to go through so much grief. 2020, 2021, even into 2022. Like, hey, people, you might not want to buy those NFTs. They might not be worth what you think it might be. I hope people listen to Bear. You never know. You never know. Disney lays off Marvel Entertainment chairman Isaac Perlmutter, which in no way whatsoever will come back to bite them in the butt later on. Not at all. They are. It's not like a hostile takeover or anything, but there's a number of shareholders out there that are essentially trying to put Mr. Perlmutter back onto the Disney board of directors. So that was kind of an interesting thing in the first part of the year. It's like, all right, we're going to get rid of this guy. And then all of their Marvel movies just completely tank. And it's like, okay, he's back. He is back. And out for vengeance. Out for vengeance. Here we go. FTX customers sue influencers who promoted a failed cryptocurrency for $1 billion. $1 billion. Let's see. I think Larry David got out of it. I think he was okay, but Tom Brady and a number of others. Let's see. Does it show? Let's see. There's YouTubers. I remember it was, Tom Brady was one. There was a number of other ones as well. So yeah, kind of funny. Perlmutter's been at Marvel since I was in Underoos, says Jiminy. Wow. Yeah, he had been there for quite a while, and then helped get, I'm assuming, the first 2-3 phases of the MCU going, and then they decided, hey, let's go woke in number 4. Let's go woke as hell. That's gonna do us great. And now look where they're at. So there you are. There you are. And finally, kind of an interesting news story that not too many people really talk about. Douglas Mackey. What was his name? Here we go. Ricky Vaughn. Ricky Vaughn basically had a couple memes. Essentially telling just kind of stupid or foolish people, you could text your vote in, which probably wasn't that far from the truth. This was back in 2016, I think might have been 2020. Yeah, 2016. 2016 basically was like, you can text your vote in, and had like a smiling Hillary and all that sort of stuff. It was a meme. It was obviously a joke meme. That joke got him 10 years in the clink. 10 years in the clink. So, hashtag free Ricky Vaughn. Free Ricky Vaughn. I'm sure that's going to get Bear put on all of the lists. That's what Bear's going for this year. He made a New Year's resolution the last year. I want to be put on all the lists. So, there we are. There is that. All right. Hopefully, Bear can just go on to the next one here, and it works. Hopefully, it works. We'll see. Arrested for memes. Yes, indeed. Not enough people talk about that, unfortunately. Not enough people. So, in fact, Bear will throw his own hat into the ring here. I probably should have talked about it a little bit more. But I literally made it the topic of an entire show. So. Back in, what was that, March? It's been a minute, but yeah. Ricky Vaughn in the clink. For a meme out there. Crying out loud. Moving on, people. Moving on to the great month April here. Oh, hold on. Meanwhile, says Jiminy, Democrats happily commit real election fraud. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. By taking leading candidates off the ballot and trying to toss them into prison. That's true, sir. That is unfortunately true. 2024 is going to be lit, yo. Going to be lit. Anyways, map shows world's most expensive McDonald's hamburgers. Would you believe France tops the list? Is that still the Royale with cheese? I wonder if it's the Royale with cheese here. Hold on, let me find it. Pardon me, sir. It is the triple cheddar double bacon beef burger in France. $15. 15 buckaroos. What is the most expensive one in... there's a New York, Israel? Wow, I had no idea. None whatsoever. Anyways, there you are. Most expensive McDonald's. McDonald's comes into play multiple times throughout the year. Here we go. There we are. There we go. $5.35 in the U.S.? No, Bear got just a single burger, just the basic burger the other day. That fries and a drink was like $10. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. By the by, this is completely... This might go past like half of the audience here, but there's a restaurant chain out there called Whataburger. Interesting. It started out in Texas, unfortunately got bought out by a bunch of Canadians. But Bear discovered a secret, people. Bear discovered a secret at Whataburger. Whataburger kind of like, I don't know, I suppose, a southern version of In-N-Out, kind of, sort of. Very fresh ingredients. You can swap out your toppings and that sort of deal. You can put on kind of like avocado or something like that onto it. So very, very decent restaurant chain. One of Bear's, if you're going to go out for fast food, Whataburger, not bad at all. Discovered that, the regular, I don't know if many of you out in the chat have ate at Whataburger. Bear likes it, but gosh, the bread, just something about the bread on the normal Whataburger burger. It's like, not so much. Went in, decided to try Texas toast, people, with the Whataburger. Oh boy, does that make a difference. It's delicious, people. If you go into your Whataburger, ask them to do it with Texas toast. Delicious. Delicious. Oh, Jiminy has a tip as well here. He says, download the McD's app and order food on Friday, and the large fries are free. Large fries are free. Did he say, what a bear? No, what a burger. Did I say what a bear? For crying out loud. We tried to do a professional show. Yeah. Let's see. 2024 is going to be lit, as in most full peaceful demonstrations. There you go. Oh, Irene says that they have a teriyaki burger in Japan McDonald's. You really wish that the United States McDonald's would kind of do like an international menu of some kind, kind of change it out, maybe month to month or something like that. So, kind of do like around the world in 12 months or something. That would be kind of interesting. People are justifying kidnappings in the Middle East these days, so 2024 will be mostly peaceful kidnappings. Okay. God is merciful, because if I was God, people would be dropping like fries from the lightning I was hurling. Bear got struck by lightning. No fun at all. No fun at all. That's how he learned to speak English, though, so go figure on that one. Anyways, we got plenty of McDonald's stories coming up here. College, speaking of which, people, college issues a list of offensive terms. A gift, bunny, naturally America, of course, Christmas tree, all sorts of stuff at Michigan State University. High learning out there. Probably also can't define what anti-Semitism either. They just have no clue. Bear got superpowers from that lightning strike. If you say speaking English, sure, why not? Bear always says it would be kind of odd if Bear got struck by lightning and he started speaking like ancient Sumerian or Portuguese or something like that. It'd kind of be odd there. Has a little bit of Espanol, but is hoping for that second lightning strike to expound his vocabulary. Expound the old vocabulary. Except for at Michigan State, obviously. Many Paralympians are faking the severity of their disabilities. So kind of like Cartman in that one episode there. So they're faking out the old international Olympic. What do they call it? I don't even remember what it's called. Paralympics. The Paralympics. Man, if you can't tell the truth at the Paralympics, where can you tell the truth? A bear said a curse word bunny on a live stream. Cancel bear. Cancel bear indeed. Bear's waiting for that pig Latin lightning bolt. Just waiting for that lightning bolt where I don't slur my words here. That'd be helpful. And help out with the dyslexia. That would really help out. Really help out. Speaking of helping out, old George Lopez. A new Blue Beetle trailer ends with George Lopez's Uncle Rudy saying Batman is a fascist. I'm sure that will turn out really well for Blue Beetle coming up here in the near future. A Disney CEO Bob Iger calls retaliation by Governor Ron Red Rum DeSantis not only anti-business, but anti-Florida. Ron Red Rum DeSantis says, go pound sand. You ain't seen nothing yet on Reedy Creek Fight. Which, man, oh man, the stuff that came out on that. Literally, Disney was paying their board members with free tickets and all this other stuff so that they would allow Disney to do stuff. You're not allowed to do that. That's called, bribery, and people can go to jail for that. So, good old Disney, racking up the the felonies out there. Racking up the felonies. Interesting. Blue Beetle was worse than the Marvels and the Flash. Put together? I would say put together. Didn't Blue Beetle already come out? Yeah, we're in March here. We're in March, so we're taking a look back through all the headlines here. So you'll probably see some stories out there that say, wait a minute, hold on. We know how that story turns out. So that's kind of where Bear's going with some of this. It's kind of interesting to look back out there. To look back. Where is Bear's drink here? There we are. From the geniuses at Screen Rant, all they talk about is box office. Ex-Marvel boss, that would be the Perlmutter, slams Disney's MCU movies approach in a rare statement. Well, he's back, people. He is. He's definitely back, and he's taken no prisoners whatsoever. Slams DC MCU movies. We got a one coming up in the future here. The top 5 box office bombs of all time belong to Disney this year. It's crazy. Craziness, people. Craziness. Oh, this was fun. This was when Bear knew. Bear already knew. Listen, people. Bear already knew. Probably the first movie that came out. Maybe the second. Whatever. The sequel trilogy. Like, yeah, this doesn't look good at all. But Bear remembers going through this. When was this? Back in April. I was going through. Made quite an attempt to do a kind of a Star Wars kind of thing. I remember reading off all this stuff and looking into the chat, and people were talking about everything else other than Star Wars. Bear made a point from that point forward to, unless it just absolutely has to talk about it, we're not going to talk about Star Wars anymore. So Bear is breaking it, but only to kind of show where it came from. Oh boy, somebody's already shooting off fireworks outside. So if you hear any banging, it could either be the hunters trying to hunt Bear down, or fireworks. One or the other, people. One or the other. Anyways, all 3 Star Wars movies announcements. So they announced a whole bunch of Star Wars movies. Let's see how they turned out. Let's see. David Weiss and David Benhoff, I believe, of the Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. They were supposed to do one. Nope, that didn't work out. Patty Jenkins supposed to do Rogue Squadron. Nope, not happening. Taika Waititi to direct a new one. Nope, not happening. Ryan Roundhead Johnson to remake a sequel trilogy. Not happening. Womp womp womp. Kevin Feige developing a Star Wars movie. Not happening. So there you are, people. There is all of the Star Wars movies that had been announced that completely went down the old toilet, people. The fireworks are hunters trying to draw bear out. I actually had a story. It was a recent one where there was a guy that went underneath a mobile home to scare out a bear with a paint gun. With a paint gun, for crying out loud. That Rey Solo movie ain't happening either, says Eric. Probably not. Probably not. They really just need to scrap everything, put it on ice for at least 5 years, hopefully 10. Let it wash out of people's mouth. Let people forget about it for a while, and then spend that time to come up with a really good idea. Really good idea. I don't know. Good to see Amy here. Good to see Amy. I hope you weren't on the failed attempt at the other live show that Bear had to cancel. Hope not. This was interesting, people. This was back in April. They made a movie called How to Blow Up a Pipeline. How to Blow Up a Pipeline. Now imagine if somebody came out with a movie, How to Blow Up a Abortion Clinic. I don't think that would be allowed. Don't think that would be allowed at all. But there you go. How to Blow Up a Pipeline. Deadline. Since it's a nail-biting eco-terrorist thriller, they're all for it. How'd it do? It bombed at the box. Quote-unquote bombed, so to speak. But I thought this was really interesting. April, at the end of April, I don't know the exact date, but it wasn't long after this that they had the Nord Stream pipeline over there in the, I think, Baltic Sea between Russia and Germany. That got blown up. Interesting. So this came out maybe a month beforehand. It was kind of interesting, the timing on that. So there you go. Oh, good to see Melissa as well. I was hoping to see both of the Lesters before Bear's final show of the year here. We're just going through some great news stories, funny, sometimes serious like this one here. Just going through the year, kind of reminiscing. Old Brandon ends the old Wu-Flu national emergency by signing bipartisan congressional resolutions. So if you go into the hospital or wherever and there's you got to wear your mask. No, screw you. We're done. The emergency's over with. Goodbye, sir, and good day. Goodbye and good day. So there you are. There is that. Back in, what was that? April. April here. Rotten Tomato records reveal the MCU's biggest 2022 injustice, says Screen Rant. That would be Miss Marvel won the Golden Tomato Award for the Best Superhero TV Show of 2022, proving its low viewership was a big 2022 MCU injustice. Well, that's all right. She starred in the Marvels movie, which just did absolutely fantastic. The geniuses out here at Screen Rant. Just covering up. Furby connected to ChatGPT reveals plan to take over the world. Because that's what you want, is a Furby. An AI-controlled Furby taking over the world, people. If the world ends, we're gonna just go back to 2023. It says, that's the time that it started everything. Eric says the MCU's biggest 2022 injustice was that any MCU movies were released in 2022. That's true. That's definitely true. They should have just scrap the entire thing. They should have said, well, phase 4, this stinks. We just need to scrap everything. Scrap it. Which goes back into, like, okay, if you had they were on the success train for so long that they just kept building their movies out. And they never even considered that, like, one of their movies would bomb or fail. And it was like, okay, well, what happens if nobody goes sees this movie? It doesn't get all the end credits and all that other stuff. And they go to the next movie, and it's like, what the heck's going on here, man? Why we didn't see the previous movie? So, what's going on with this movie? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of odd how they do that. P-Mike says, I'd vote for Furby over most of the leaders in office these days. Oh, we'll get, P-Money, we will get to your Canadian Parliament soon enough with their clapping. Oh, we will. AI Tom Brady stars in brilliant comedy special that you can't unsee. Who knew Skynet was a Furby, says Eric. That's, you'd hate to see that happening. There's old AI Tom Brady. There he is. Comic legend, AI Tom Brady. There you are. Oh, I forgot to put in the Taylor Swift, what was his name? Travis Cleese romance out there. Yes, indeed. People learned of Bears. A very brief romance of Taylor Swift this year. It's true. In his attempted courting at Lacey Chabert. Yes, indeed. Thank you. By the way, thank you, Jiminy, for the nice comments. That episode got so many views on Bear's alternate channel out there. It's crazy out there. Like 200 views or something like that. Once again, we go with James Gunn, Teller of Truth. James Gunn confirms door is still open for Tanisha Coates' Superman film. That's an exciting film. That's a film that's not going to happen, James Gunn. That's not going to happen. Oh gosh, I just pretend Canadian Parliament didn't exist in 2023 for my own sanity. Oh, we'll get to that. We will be reminding people all about it. A lab-grown good meat company has a murky past, and they're extremely sensitive about it. Yes, indeed. Yes, they are working with the old China. Yeah. There you are. We had a number of lab-grown meat stories. Beer's been on this probably ever since he's started doing live streams. We've tried to have, keep an eye on the whole grown meat out there. Grown meat. Gunn says Tom King is going to be a big influence on his DC movies. I really hope they sell it. I really, really, really hope they sell that thing to Apple or somebody. McDonald's is making big changes to 5 classic burgers. People are going to be juicier and caramelized. I think that's happening next year. This was the year of the strike, people, as WGA, the writers, survival of writing as a profession is at stake in this negotiating. As strike authorization voting begins, and they did it for, gosh, it was several months. This was April, and they went to September, I think. So what would that be? Like 4 months, 5 months, something like that. There you are. There is that. Florence Pallira responds to criticism after exposing her boobies in a Valentino dress at Met Gala. And anybody that's seen the Oppenheimer movie would say, meh. I mean, even in 70 millimeter, it's like, okay, fine. Nothing really to write home about, really, but there you go. Yeah, see-through dress, people are complaining about online. Like, oh, why are people complaining? It's like, you went out there in a see-through dress, lady. What do you think? Come on, man. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 ganging up on Super Mario Brothers' $250 million global start at the box office this year. So, started out really good. Guardians of the Galaxy made money. It wasn't as much as they thought it was. And probably the only one that year that made money, I think. Super Mario's did great. Did Bofo. I think it was the top movie of the year. It may have been Barbie. Top 1 and top 2 out there. So there you go. There you are, people. That is your month of April. Month of April. All right, let's see. Let's see if May will work. Oh, let's see. Let's see it, people. I think this will work. Beer hopes. Beer hopes and praise. There we go, people. There we go. Florence Pugh Boobs, says P. Mike. There you go. World's fastest trash can could go 63 miles per hour, which is plenty fast. Plenty fast, people. That's a fast, look at that fast trash can. Although they needed training wheels for it, but that's right. I guess if you're getting up to speed on the drag strip out there, you need that extra wheel. Look at the guy looking through the... He's got like a little vent in there. There you go. Yes, there is a guy inside. It's true. Eric says, what? What? Well, let me read it again. The world's fastest trash can goes 63 miles per hour. So if you've got a trash can that goes 64, you might have a new world's record. Yes, indeed. A plumber and a Mattel toy were the top box office draw for 2023. That's true. It's true. You might want to take your 63 mile per hour trash can to a Wendy's, where you can go through the drive-thru and chat with AI chatbots. Yay! How's that $15 an hour working out for you guys? How's it working out? Not so well. Gonna replace everybody with AI bots. Ugh. James Gunn turned in first draft of Superman Legacy. Oh, wow. How fortunate of him just before the writer's strike. Huh. No way. I mean, it's not like he just turned in like a very rough draft and might have continued to work on it throughout the strike. I mean, that would go against guild policy, but I'm sure that didn't happen. James Gunn, Mr. Straight Shooter out there. Get the garbage out in a hurry. Chase down the truck if you need to, says Amy. Well, one of Bear's phobias out there is, trash cans that can go faster than he can. Can go faster than he can. CBS was reportedly losing millions on James Corbin's late night show. Simply not sustainable, people. They canceled that. He's like, oh, we're going out on a high note. No, you were losing millions of dollars. Losing millions of dollars out there. Losing. CDC meeting. Ironically enough, intended to mark Wu flu progress, sees virus cases of its own. Huh. You'd figure that they were all boosted 12 times and were wearing masks. Or wearing 2 masks. Wearing 3. You got to wear 2 over your face and 1 over your butt. Just to make sure. Gosh, I don't know why I had this one in there, but we were talking about advertising out there. So the Global Alliance for Responsible Media. So if you ever want to know why your favorite show is being canceled or why they're pushing strange stuff out there, why the commercials, daughter has 2 daddies and all this other stuff, that would be Global Alliance for Responsible Media. Responsible Media. I think this had to do with the Bud Light out there, because InBev is part of all that sort of stuff. So if you ever want to know why, there you are. There you are. By the way, there we go. I should have put this with the other one there. The curious connection between lab-grown meat, primate breeding, and China's biowarfare program. There you are. We'll just leave it on that, people. We won't read any more into it. Writers Guild of America strike shuts down several productions, including Indoor, Cobra Kai, and the upcoming Game of Thrones prequel. So May 15th, their Writers Guild shutting stuff down, people. left and right. So come January, if you want to see your favorite TV show, maybe movie out there, ain't coming out. Ain't coming out. The first half of 2024 is going to only have, I think it was like half the slate of this year's movies. So the first half of this year's movies is going to be considerably more than 2024. Go figure on that one. And a lot of them were pushed out. A lot of them were pushed out anyways. So, 2025 might see a number of stuff pushed out as well. Hello, Superman. This one was a under the radar story for a lot of people, especially a lot of the YouTubers out there that talk about a lot of this stuff about Disney and all this other stuff. I didn't see very many people talking about it, and Bear might hit it a little bit the next year as well. I think this is going to be a big story next year. So keep an eye out on this one. The ex-CEO, the one that the other Bob took over with, hit with shareholder suit over streaming losses. Essentially, they were cooking their books and lied, presumably, lied to the SEC about it. So they might be in some hot water. So they got that going on. They got the Reedy Creek stuff going on. God help us if they ever open up the Pandora's box of young Disney actresses out there and actors out there, and some of the shenanigans going on there. So Disney might have a headache coming 2024 here. We shall see. Yeah, there we go. Ousted CEO Bob Chapek reportedly cooked the books. Quote unquote, reportedly, people. Yes, indeed. Oh, an NFT story, finally. Paradigm-backed NFT ownership platform Tessera is shutting down. So, if you got some of your lovely NFTs, they're going away. Sorry, bye-bye. But I thought I owned them. No, you don't. You don't. You'll be happy and you'll own no NFTs. A Mecha Fight Club NFT game paused indefinitely due to U.S. regulatory limbo. So if you wanted to get your Mecha Fight Club NFT, well, you ain't going to be able to do it. Sorry, people. I don't know why I threw this one in there, but you never see a DC Comics swimsuit edition. So there you go. There they are. If you ever want to see Batman in a swimming outfit, there you are. Look kind of gay to me, but whatever. A Willow writer, John Bickerstaff. What a great name. Bickerstaff. Describes a series getting removed from Disney Plus as absolutely cruel. So Disney removed a number of shows out there, including Willow. Let's see, does it list all of them? Yeah, here we go. Project Hero, Empower, The Music of Wakanda Forever, Cheaper by the Dozen, a number of other stuff. Stargirl, Better Nate Than Ever, Weird But True, Timmy Failure, Be Our Chief. So if you wanted to see any of those, or why you would want to see Willow, I don't know. You're never going to be able to see them. They are gone, buried, burnt, probably along with Song of the South out there. So the promise of streaming, not being fulfilled. Not being fulfilled out there. I love how the superheroes have to keep wearing their masks, even when in swimsuits. You'd figure that they would wear like, a scuba mask or something, right? Just in case. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO, the Z-Man, continues to hype James Gunn, but seemingly predicts multiple failures. Half or 2/3 of the time, it's not going to work. Well, that's your slate for the DCEU. We'll find out what the DCU has. We'll see. Once again, still leaning hard into the rumor that they might sell it. That's where Bear is going. That's where he's going with it. Making audiences watch the Willow series was cruel, says Eric. There you go. Heartwarming story, people. A perfect ploy. A cat rescue adoption adds Cat Vana, modeled after Carvana. So there you go. If you want to wanted to pick up a cat online. There you are. You can check it out. Check it out right there. Let's see, a cow, male, model D. Oh, okay. Anyway, so there you are. There is all your kitties out there looking for a new home. You can go to Cat Vana out there. I agree with Whoopi. She says American Idol led to the downfall of society. It's true. And The View as well. You can throw in The View. Led to the downfall. American Idol, for some reason. I don't know why she picked that one. Out of all the stuff that you could pick, American Idol, that's the one that led to the downfall of American society. Marvel pushes pause on the Thunderbolts production due to writer's strike. They pushed it way out. Poor Florence Pugh out there. Poor girl just ain't gonna get that Marvel movie she needs. Get that Marvel money. This would be formerly HBO Max, just Max now. Max credits a snafu could take weeks to fix. Execs didn't know about the new creators label until after launch. Kind of funny that happened after the writer's strike. So essentially they just bundled everybody together and says, here's that, blah, blah, blah. And they left a whole bunch of people out. And people going on to Max, trying to, if you worked, catering or makeup or whatever, you weren't credited. You weren't credited out there. So Max, Warner Brothers Discovery kind of screwed over a lot of people. A lot of people out there. Unusual voting activity. Little Mermaid review bombing prompts IMDb rating change. So the wonderful Little Mermaid that also didn't make any money at the box office. They had to completely go change the IMDb ratings just so they can kind of promote this movie. Good job. Of course, Screen Rant thinks it's great. Thinks it's just terrific out there. Eric blames survival for the downfall of society. Maybe Jersey Shore. I saw where they tore down the club. Saw where they tore down that club for Jersey Shore. There you are. A Little Mermaid criticized by prominent diversity advocate for its dangerous erasure of slavery. You can't win for trying, people. You change up, your fair, red-headed Little Mermaid. You race swap her out, and then you get the people that you want to bring into the theaters, and now they're saying, you're erasing slavery. You're a new Nikki Haley out there, for gosh darn sake. Can't win for trying, people. Can't win for trying. She had a tail and eyes of a fish. It's true. It's true. You could drive a bus through there, for crying out loud. Nothing against the young actress out here. It's just weird looking, man. Weird. Look, they're side by side. Look at the fish eyes and look at her. It's like she's like a flounder. She could see stuff on the side, see stuff on the periphery. There you are. I'm sure everybody in the next year will be remembering old Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid still swimming to a $117 million opening, boosted by an $80 million promo campaign paid for by Disney that got a whole bunch of seats out there, but not butts in seats. Biggest for Disney live-action title. Yeah, congratulations, Deadlight. It still lost money. Lost lots of money. Lots and lots of money. A Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, one of the great movies of the year, one of the big bofo movies of the year. Best opening of the summer, 120. What was it? They're banging on 117. They're like, yeah, no. Spider-Man's like, here, hold my coffee, hold my beer. There you are. So, Spider-Man, one of the big movies of the year. Oscar nominated. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Henry disliked Across the Spider-Verse. Well, everyone is a critic. Everyone is a critic out there.
Disneyland Splash Mountain officially closes today for renovation after criticism for racist stereotypes. Yes, indeed. I think I can't remember if this is the one that there was something like Tatiana's Bayou Adventure that they were like rebranding it. It's like, there's no mountains in the bayou. What's going on here? It was, what was it? Princess and the Frog? It's like a movie that nobody saw. They was like, okay, we got to re-renovate Splash Mountain. We're going to do it as Princess and the Frog, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. It's like, there's no mountains in the bayou, people. What's going on, man? What is going on? Oh, yeah. Another common Disney L, says Eric. Yep. There you go. It's all too common this year. All too common this year. For crying out loud. Locked. Thank you, Tim Apple. Thank you, Tim Apple. All right. Moving on to June, people. We're almost through. We're almost halfway. Almost halfway, people. If it wasn't bad enough for Disney, the SAG after strike started in June here. With Fran Drescher leading the way. Leading the way. You'd never figure the lady from, what was the show? What was the show that she was on? Something about, was it The Nanny? Was that the name of it? I know she played a nanny. Fran Drescher, SAG president. Sounds like she sold a number of people out too. So we'll get to that. But it started. It started here June 6th. I think it just ended. December? Late November, December? Something like that. So yeah, that went on for a couple months as well. The Nanny. Yes, indeed. Never watched it. Couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it. Dog claims world's record for longest tongue. We thought she'd grow out of it. She's a good girl. Look at there. Look at there. Never hot. Never hot at all with that long tongue. Very long. NYC's, New York City's drug-themed vending machine cleaned out of crack pipes overnight. They should restock, they say. They should restock the old crack pipe vending machine. Look at there. Everything's gone. Everything is gono, people. Gono et al. That's the world that we live in, people. Drug paraphernalia vending machines. Drug paraphernalia vending machines. If you want a public speaker with a commanding voice to represent you, Fran Drescher it is. It is. Marvel killed the Punisher, people, for some reason. Going woke. A longtime Punisher creator, Dick's Out for Dixon, Chuck Dixon, announced Black Warrant series. So there you are. They killed him off in this one. Actually, they sent him to hell or something like that, right? His wife came back. It's like, yeah, I know, I was alive all the time. Or no, she was what was it? It was something. Let's see. Oh, yeah, she wanted a divorce. She didn't like him to begin with. She's like, and I meant to come back to you that day, and I was going to get a divorce. And he's like, well, but like I killed all those people for you, and you wanted a divorce? Yeah. I mean, like a total cucking. Total cucking out there. And now he's living the afterlife in hell or something like that, leading children. So there you go. There you go. Chuck Dixon's not having any of it. He says, no way, man. Not on my watch. Crying out loud. Oh, good to see Jeff. Good to see Jeff out here. He says, when you guys are done here, pop over to the live stream about one of his books. Well, I'll try to get through it, Jeff. We're in June here, so we'll try to blast through it so people can go check out his books. So, yeah, do go check that out. Do go check out. Somebody buy Jeff's book. Crying out loud. Help him out, people. Help him out. No, they're not drug vending machines. They're drug accessory vending machines. Here's a difference, man. It was crack pipes, not crack. Come on, man. Come on. Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny to ring up around $60 million. No, it didn't. Here's why. Because they stink. They really, really do. They really stink. I don't know why I had this one in here, but there you go. The Human Rights Campaign, for the first time ever, officially declared a state of emergency for LGBTQ+++ people. There you are. Gave it national warning. Said, stay out of Florida. Stay out of Florida. I thought we called that drug paraphernalia. Yeah, there we go. Drug paraphernalia. It's not drugs. It's just drug paraphernalia. That's all. Come on. And it's cleaned out in one night. You know, what's the problem? Fisherman catches this is a story close to Bear's heart here. Fisherman catches 9-foot-long catfish in Italy. Likely the largest ever. Largest catfish ever. Largest catfish ever. A greedy bear devours a party buffet. Let's see. We got any pictures? There's the bear. Yeah, looks bad. I mean, look, there's nobody there at the buffet. He deserves to be able to get some food, for crying out loud. I think it was like a wedding or something like that. Hopefully he was invited. A number of movies pushed away. Thunderbolts, Blade. I don't know if Blade's ever coming out. That's went through so much development hell. Kang Dynasty. Well, they're not doing the Kang anymore, so I think this one's out. Secret Wars may still be going on. There you are. All changed. They blame the WGA strike. Yeah, sure. Sure, we believe that. Good old Phoebe Waller-Bridge confirms she's working on Tomb Raider series. Oh, I'm not content with ruining one series. Well, no, two. Wasn't she in the Solo movie? Yeah, Star Wars was already ruined. I won't put it on her shoulders. I'm just going to go ruin Tomb Raider for some reason. I don't know why. Looks like when Bear visited Elliot Fernandez's table in Tampa. That's true. Where was it? Where? Let me find it here. Yeah, there we are. Him and Brian Shearer. Oh, that was great. We'll get to the old Tampa Bay stuff here in just a minute. Here. Oops, did I forget one? Yeah, no, let's keep moving on. Oh, let's see. Phoebe Waller-Bridge or whatever their name is. Bob Iger's return engagement as Disney CEO sees a plot twist and abrupt exit as a long-tenured lieutenant. CFO Christine McCarthy exits from Disney. And Bear has said if you ever wanted to look up the definition of Karen in the dictionary, that's probably the crazy eyes that are looking back at you. So she was part of the whole scam with the other Bob. The other Bob, if you remember, got caught up in a little scandal there with some of their streaming numbers. She was the one that had to sign off on all that. The CFO and the CEO sign off on all that sort of stuff. So she signed off on it. And I gotta leave suddenly to go spend time with my family, who I hate passionately, allegedly. So there you go. Some things to watch out for in the new year here. I wonder if she's going to be up in the courtroom, possibly. Flash falls down with a $55 million three-day opening. Here's why. Where do we start? You have a literal felon. Well, should be felon. A literal alleged rapist. Well, an alleged child trafficker starring in your film. That's to start off. And then your film's terrible to begin with. So, some people liked it. Some people didn't. Meh. I don't know, people. I don't know. Bear, what would you be doing at a buffet? Eating, of course. Why not? Duh. Hello. They canceled they had a cameo that's secretly filmed 6 months ago, and they couldn't decide on which one. No figure. I don't know if many people remember this one or not. Thousands of protesters descended upon Dodger Stadium to take over the entire block as team honors a drag nun group. What was it? Something. Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the show of a bunch of weirdos in a dress for some reason. Huh. Gee, I wonder why. People would be up in arms about that. Up in arms. Oh, P Money says 3 reasons. Flash failed. Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller. This is one of my favorites. One of Bear's favorites out here. Samuel L. Jackson says, election of Donald Trump broke the Marvel's actress Brie Larson. Broke her. Broke her in half. Broke her in half. Ay. Eric says, not just a drag nun. They are an anti-Catholic group. Well, I would say a drag nun would be kind of a definition of anti-Catholic. But yeah, there we go. We'll continue on with that. So yeah, that was going on. That was definitely going on. Oh, once again, another bear story. A massive bear breaks into Colorado home and devours pork chops. P-Money was asking what bear would do at a buffet. Well, that's what bear would do right there. Climb into the window and eat some pork chops. Duh. Hello. That's what bears do. Trump derangement syndrome is a hell of a drug, says Eric. U.S. approves nation first lab-grown meat. That'd be chicken made from animal cells. Grown in a Chinese bioweapons factory. No biggie. No biggie. The countries, listen up, people. The countries with the largest breast size in the world has been revealed. Find out where yours stacks up. I wonder where U.S. and Canada stack up. I wonder where they stack up. Quote unquote, stack up. Let's find out. Let's find out here. Let's see. I think they have it. Norway. Norway is number 1, people. Luxembourg, number 2. Iceland, number 3. Good old USA, numero 4. Beating out the UK. That's why we had that Revolutionary War, people. So our ladies could have bigger busts. Venezuela, Colombia, Sweden, Netherlands, and Canada, number 10. So there you go, P-Money. Reason number 5,347 of why the USA is better than Canada. Better Canada. We've got bigger boobs in the U.S. Bigger boobs. You can take that whatever way you want. Blue Beetle says, film is part of the DCU. No, it's not. No, it's not. Comic-Con, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, Netflix, Universal Pictures, and Sony Pictures sit out Fan Fest amid labor unrest, rather. I'm sure that worked out well for them. Actually, Beer saw this guy at the Tampa one. Saw a couple of them, I think. The chainsaw guy. Chainsaw fella there. Gotta move to Norway, says Jiminy. Well, maybe in the summer months. This might not be too comfortable. You can be in the comfort of a big jugged Norwegian lady there, keeping some warmth there. Honey, our trip is to Norway. Why? No reason, says P-Money. Better watch out there, P-Money. Better watch out. And say hello to the lovely Mrs. P-Money. Looking up 4K videos of Norway on YouTube for research, says Jimmy. Old horse face and corn sweat finally revealed as the cast on Superman. A lot of people were wondering about that. So Bear calls it like it looks. Bear first time that he saw that. Actually, no, I've got to give that to Tom out there at Midnight's Edge. I believe he was the one that coined corn sweat. So Bear taking up the mantle on that one. And I can say Rachel Bohasman, but for obvious reasons, calls her horseface. Why the long face? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny to whip up $140 million on global opening, says Deadline. Good luck with that. Good luck when Lois's chin is stronger than Superman's. No comment, Jiminy. No comment there. We've got ladies in the audience. I don't want to. We've already stepped out of bounds with the Norway breast saga here, so we don't want to lose our entire audience out here. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny could lose up to $250 million. described as abysmal failure. Poor old Indy. They couldn't just let him ride off in the sunset in number 3. They had to bring him back for 4. Aliens? I don't know. Bear could, various scenes in that movie are fine. Bear can defend some scenes in 4, but they had to bring him back for old number 5. His last name is Corn Sweat? Corn Sweat, but Bear calls him Corn Sweat. Because Disney is just on a roll here with their live-action films, Disney reportedly looking to tap women talking director Sarah Polley for a live-action Bambi musical remake. Why it needs to be a musical, I have no idea, but nobody was asking for a live-action Bambi remake. Nobody was asking for a musical Bambi. Disney decides, hey, you know what? We're going to smash them together and do both. Do both. Numerous Barbie actors reportedly describe film as feminist. Marvel executive adamant Barbie is not a feminist movie. I don't know how people kind of came down on that one. I know that it was kind of a... Some say it was anti-feminist. I don't think it was that, but it was kind of a... Barbie kind of comes into her own womanhood. Decides to become a woman. So... kind of depends on where where you kind of fell down on some of that stuff. I remember being down at Tampa, and a lot of people were commenting on EVS's review of Barbie. Bear hasn't seen it. I can't review it, so I couldn't tell you, but we were kind of early on saying, wait a minute, this is kind of an odd film. We were talking about Ken at the time. He was getting all the praise. Margot Robbie wasn't, and they were... talking about a number of things. We're trying to figure out what the heck, what was it? It was like a PG-13 rated film, but it was, made for, the Barbie doll was made for little girls. We were trying to figure out who the audience was. Apparently it was women who had Barbie as a kid. So there you are. There you are. Let's see. It wasn't a feminist movie that it was so stupid to make the patriarchy look great. Yeah, apparently they turned Ken into like the hero of the movie. So go figure. Go figure. So we had Super Mario 1.3 billion. Really good. Barbie, we were talking about 1.4. 1.4. So Barbie, number 1 movie of the year. Barbie, a toy, number 1. Super Mario, a video game, number 2. There you are, people. There you are. And Warner Brothers finally fixed that whole pesky business of not crediting people. Not crediting. Oh, well. If it's a live-action Lion King, it will be 100% CGI. I don't know why they do the live-action stuff. It's silly. It is very, very silly. Yes, indeed. All right, let me go to July, because I'm sure there's some great news out there for July and Disney as well, right? Right? Got to be. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Depends, $82 million plus. 5 days. So I should have went back, but they do this thing where their estimated total is usually a 3-day. It's usually a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So a movie will open Friday, so they'll do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, figure out, okay, what did they make over the weekend? It's usually a 3-day. When there's shenanigans going on, they up it. Usually it's 4-day. This was kind of odd. Hey, look, it's a 5-day. They made $82 million. It's supposed to be over a 3-day. So they're inflating the numbers. But it is still a July 4th disaster, says Deadline. Complete disaster. Utter disaster. But you know what's going to go great? You know what people are going to flock to the theaters for? Mattel's Barney film starring Daniel Kaluuya, however you pronounce it, to be an adult-focused A24 type effort. Yay? Yay! I know you. You know me. This is going to be a stinking bomb, I'm sure. James Mandigold derides fans as divisive for not liking his deconstruction of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Depends. Huh. Who would have thought? 2023, the year of blaming the fans. The blaming of the fans. Ay, 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 ay. Moving on here. Marvel confirms Venom's web fluid is poop. It's poop, people. Number 2. If you're a big fan of Venom out there, like, yeah, right on, Venom. He's plastering people with poop. Plastering them with poop. Tom Brady and Giselle Bouchon's $50 million deal came crashing down in FTX disaster. The old FTX. Good times, people. Good times. Be careful with an emoji in Canada, because they are legally binding, people. Just so you know. They are legal. Web poop, says Jiminy. Web poop. So next, to inflate the numbers, they'll wait till a movie has been out for a month and say, wow, $100 million during the 30-day weekend. That's you never know. You never know. They've resorted to just basically buying out the seats, and saying, oh, wow, look at all the great returns on the first weekend. There's nobody there watching it. Nobody there watching it. But you know what people were watching? Jim Caviezel thriller, Sound of Freedom. There you go. Number one in the nation. Not that long. I mean, can you imagine Disney? Disney comes out with Indiana Jones, which they were sure that it was just going to be this huge blockbuster. It was going to go many weeks. Number one. They buy out 20th Century Fox, which was, Sound of Freedom was part of it. It's like, no, we don't. We're going to put this in the vault. We don't want this. And they ended up selling it to Angel Studios. Sound of Freedom knocks off not only Red Door, but also Indiana Jones to become number one. One of the biggest grossing films of all year. Craziness, people. Craziness. P-Money's got so many emojis. The Mounties are coming to his door right now. Right now. What's wrong with your country? Asked Jiminy to P-Money. You're making Joe Biden's America look good. I don't know about that, Jiminy. They got a long way to slide, man. Long way. James Gunn breaks silence on Superman. Legacy casting Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific. That's odd. He had his film, or the script, already completed. Now all of a sudden he's adding in new people while there's a writer's strike going on. That's really strange. I don't know how he did that. Interesting. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO, the Z-Man, ordered James Gunn to stack Superman Legacy with more DC characters to lure potential buyers. That same rumor just keeps coming back, people. Keeps coming back. Interesting. Lord of the Rings, callback here. Actress admits goal of the series is to warp people's vision of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. You're doing a great job of it, too. Because that Lord of the Rings is like number one, isn't it? No, it's not. People are not watching it. $1 billion bomb. Gotta keep race swapping people. I'm sure she's a fine actress. Doesn't look like it. Has the perpetual, RBF there, but I mean, I'm sure she's a fine actress, but why would you race swap it? It doesn't make any sense. Still waiting for the race swapped Triumph of the Will. Still waiting for that. Waiting for that. Fewer ad dollars expected as weak TV upfront nears, especially when they were on strike. So, all the advertising that they were doing on the TV shows, that money was going down. Through the last half of this year. So, not looking good if you're an entertainment company out there. Barbie star Simeon Liu says film puts the final nail in the coffin of that very heteronormative idea of what gender is. Yep. He looks like he's got nailed a couple times there. Couple of times here. Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? Uh-oh, Ruth's new wedding vows. I love cry money. Shut up, Shang-Chi, says Jiminy. There you go. There you are. Bear, probably one of the first to break this story. I mentioned this like in passing. I was like, oh yeah, this looks awful. I don't know what the deal is. I think I just mentioned it in passing. It's like, okay, here's another news story. Moving on, yada, yada, yada. Blew the flip up, people. Blew up. First photos for Disney's live-action Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs remake are disastrous. There they are, people. There they are. It was so bad that they went back and they replaced all these people with CGI. So they went with a live-action. This is, oh God, this is so, we've got so much backlash. Probably from the dwarf community as well, because they only got one dwarf in there. So they replaced all these people once again with CGI. So there you are. Kind of a funny story. Funny story there. Oppenheimer cast walks out of the premiere as actor strike begins. So it literally happened. Florence Pugh, among others, instead of, hey, I really like our director, and sure, we're on strike, but, we're already here, we're already in dress. We already went to the premiere. Or, excuse me, they went to something else, and then they were supposed to go to the premiere, and then they just ended up walking out. So, thanks, actors. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate all that. So, there you are. Awful. Imagine robbing 6 midgets from their big chance. Imagine if they had 6 midgets in there and people still recoiled in horror, and then they replaced them with CGI. That would be awful. A James Gunn DC Universal reboot and returned characters just got a lot more clear. No, it didn't. Made it more complicated. He says, we're going to reboot everything. Except for the people that I worked with and my wife. We're not going to reboot any of those people. God forbid. A box office Mission Impossible 7 opens to $80 million. Sound of Freedom holds at number 2. So it took Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise, to knock off Sound of Freedom out of the number 1 spot. Even though it held in there at number 8 or number 10 for months. It was in there for months. So Sound of Freedom did really well. A Tupac murder investigation leads police to Henderson home. They finally captured Tupac's killer. Here you go, P-Money. Canadian man fired from job after saving baby moose from a bear. That is probably the most Canadian news story Bear has read all year long. It's hilarious that half of the people James Gunn's hiring are members of his own family. Yeah. Oh, James Gunn. Actor Issa Rae describes Ken as a great accessory. Great accessory. Yes, indeed. Someone who does not have their own story. Although he turned out to be the best part of Barbie, apparently. So there you go. Sorry, Issa Rae. That's awkward. It is awkward. Or what was it? It wasn't awkward. It was, what was the name of her show? It was something like that. Insecure. There we go. A lab-grown artificial quote-unquote meat may actually be worse for the environment, people. Worse. A Justice League. We were talking about that the other day of Batman versus Godzilla. I'd forgotten about this news story. A Justice League take on Godzilla and Kong. An epic crossover, people. Epic. Gosh darn it. Hold on 1 second. Will it show it? It doesn't show it. Stinking freaking screen rant. Anyhow, there you go. There is the Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong. You'd figure that they would have their hands full with just Godzilla, but they had to take on Godzilla and Kong at the same time. Still waiting on that Batman versus Kong movie, though. A Blue Beetle early box office prediction are a complete and utter disaster. There you go. There you are. It just looked ugly. Just looked ugly as hell. Ugh, terrible. Justice League and Godzilla King Kong is a stupid storyline. They should be a 5-minute fight, says Jiminy. Well, thank you, sir. Misleading news story. The bear and the moose were just fighting while playing hockey. Gosh, my hockey game's on right now, and I still don't know what's going on with it. It's probably already over with. They were getting beat by the frickin' Rangers. Anyhow, people. Barbie still glorious with best year-to-date $162 million opening. Oppenheimer detonates, with incredible $300 million. There you go. That was the Barbenheimer. The Barbenheimer. Bear saw 1 out of the 2. Gosh, Oppenheimer. Wish I got that last hour back. That was a long movie. Very long movie. Long movie. There we go. Finally we get to it. The old Tampa Bay Comic-Con. It was actually in the Tampa Bay Times there. So there you go. Got our shout out. Shout out. Let's see. What was it? Let's see. Celebrity guest included Sean Astin. There we go. Elijah Wood and Dominique Monaghan. I remember he was there. I didn't remember that Sean Astin was there. From The Lord of the Rings. As well as Grant Gustin and Danielle Nicole Parabaker from the CW series The Flash. I remember she was there. I think I slyly took a picture of her. Never saw Pauly Shore, though. Giancarlo Esposito. Esposito in Breaking Bad. So you got all that sort of stuff. Oh, they also had a Walter Cronin there from Star Trek. I wish I would have got his his signature on the Stealing Solo book that Bear went down there and got all the artist signatures on. So missed out on some good signatures there. So there you go. There was that. So we got to meet Eric down there. Got to meet a number of people. Got to view Irenee's legendary booty. Let's see. Shane and his lovely bride. They saved Bear's camera. Yanzi saved Bear's camera. Got plenty of pictures taken with all the artists down there. Thank you so much to Eric for that. Just a great time. Literally a complete blur. Bear just kind of like ended the show one night and says, hey, they got this thing in Tampa. Why don't, maybe think about checking it out. And literally the next day was packing, and then the next day after that was driving down. So fun stuff. How dare you, P Money? Pauly Shore, when was the last time he was in anything? He was in Tampa Bay. Crying out loud. So had fun down there for sure. Speaking of Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston tells Bob Iger, our jobs will not be taken away by AI. In rousing speech, you will not take away our dignity. AI influencer takes away your dignity. There she is, lovely Mia Sophia, the Mia Sophia story. So she is 100% fake. Not just the boobs, all of her, everything, even the background. 100% El Faco. We had a fun time with this news story, for sure. Thinking, oh, wow, a young Kate Upton. Nope, completely and utterly fake. I want pictures of Bear driving. I never did. I should probably put it up. Bear stopped halfway at the Swanee River. The Swanee River, get out, and did a short. I was trying to do a short, but Bear never had any internet while he was down there. Well, he had it, but I'd have to go through AT&T, and the freaking cell bill would be crazy. And Had plans on doing a live show and all this stuff. Never did it. So I did do a kind of a short. Actually, I did 2 of them. One going into the convention. That never saw the light of day. So maybe one day Bear might drag those up. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. She may be fake, but at least she won't talk back to me, says P Money. That's true. That's true. Well, she's fake and she won't talk to you either. So there you go. They actually had a number of people on the what's the simp one out there where they, you know, a couple bucks a month or something like that. There's like AIs out there now that are just like, you know, hey, come subscribe to my whatever thing out there. Something fans or something like that. They literally have AI models. So it's like you're not even subscribed to an actual person. You're subscribed to a freaking AI model. That is 2023, people. 2023. A scandal at Days of Our Lives, people. There was sexual accusations at Days of Our Lives, people. You just won't believe it. I think he got pushed out, too. What was his name? Albert R. Alar. Poor guy. Poor guy. He says, I want to see more TNA and Days of Our Lives. Like, what kind of show do you think this is? It's a soap opera, sir. New report backs up claim that the original Flash ending set up a Ben Affleck return and a Batman multiverse. I would have liked to have seen a Ben Affleck return. I think he would have done really well. Instead, we got The Flash. Or excuse me. Well, we got The Flash, too, but The Batman. Ugh, terrible. Terrible, people. It's bad enough simping for a woman. Imagine simping for a computer program. That's true. That is true. Oh, we already talked about Barbie. Or Barney. People, a study has found what makes the perfect sandwich. What do you think makes a perfect sandwich out there? We'll hold off. Hold off and read some chats here. Let's see. Oh, she looks like a at germ painting. Art germ painting. Art. What is it? Art germ. Whatever the heck. She looks like something like that. She may be fake, but she won't talk back to me, says P Money. P Money, or make you sleep on the couch either. No, that's for Mrs. P Money. She's fake, but I get the feeling she'll find a way to sue for sexual harassment. Probably, people. Probably. And she would not make you a sandwich either. Not even the perfect sandwich. It would be an NFT sandwich, probably. Well, people, the answer is tomato, for some reason, cheddar cheese, and Black Forest ham. Black Forest ham. That is the perfect sandwich out there for you good people. And a bear. A Chinese zoo forced to deny bear is a human in costume. You know, Bear got a lot of grief about that. It's like, no, he's a real bear, for crying out loud. See, it is a real animal. It's even in Chinese. Just so you people know. It's not a person standing up. It's not a... Why would there be a person in a bear costume? Much less in a zoo. I mean, why would you have that? Why would you have that at all? Why would you have that at all? I don't know why. Don't know why, people. But there we go. That rounds out... What's this? What are we up to? July? August? Something like that. Yes, we are up to August. Finally up to August. Bear's throat is getting scratchy. The bear is seen waving in a new video. There he is. Look at there. Sorry, Israelites, you'll never experience the perfect sandwich. Well, they got bagels. They have bagels, so it'll be all right. I really should have pared down the number. Look at all the bookmarks that I got here. Oh yeah. Running out of voice here, people. Google Maps car that got in a police chase. Interesting. A bear being transported on Iraqi Airways. A flight escapes crate before takeoff. There he is. Escaped the crate. Probably says, Really don't want to go to Iraq right now. Not only being hot, but it's also Iraq. Iraq. A Jeopardy will reportedly recycle questions due to writer's strike. Recycle questions. Recycle questions. Taco Bell, celebrates Taco Tuesday, a trademark liberation by giving away millions of free tacos. I hope John Malin is able to take advantage of that. I hope he was. Japanese man who spent $14,000 to be a collie says his family accepts it. That's nice. There he is. Waving to the world. Waving to the old world and walking on all fours. Good boy. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Yes, indeed. And he does tricks. And probably begs for food as well. I suppose if you're on the side of the road and begging for food, you might as well be a dog. Might as well be a dog. There you go. The bear will only fly business class, says P. Money. What the hell, says Mark? LOL, LOL. Yes, it's a real person in there. Real person in there. Yes, there is. Walking around the streets of Tokyo, waving to people as a dog. As a dog. Honestly, I'd accept this faster than my son becoming a woman. Hashtag good boy. Good boy indeed. Good boy indeed. A cosmic question mark discovered in deep space by the James Webb Telescope. Can you see it, people? Can you see the cosmic question? Or cosmic question mark, as it were. Cosmic question mark. There it is, right there. There's a giant question mark in space. Go figure. Who knew? Who knew? Question mark. Well, right there. That's the answer. So they peer deep into space with the most advanced space telescope imaginable. And the universe has questions of its own. So there you are, people. There you are. Don't ever say God doesn't have a sense of humor. Never say that, people. So there you are. There's your... If you have questions. Mark, I know, has questions. Mark, I know, has questions. So there you are. There is the question of the universe. Trump, El Trumpo, blames wokeness for U.S. women's soccer team loss. Trolls Megan Rapinoe, USA is going to hell. Going to hell as she completely misses the goal. Completely misses it. She's probably practicing with Subway sandwiches. Probably why. Probably why. I don't even need to read this. We can just, no reason. No reason. Just speaking of Trump out there. Just, minor things. Minor things, people. Minor things. Trump's right again. Delicious karma, says Eric. There you go. There you are. A Gal Gadot developing a Wonder Woman 3 with James Gunn. Truth teller James Gunn out there. She is working long and hard on that number 3. Warner Brothers Discovery reportedly pushed back against Gal Gadot's recent comments, deny plans for Wonder Woman 3. Poor Gal Gadot. That's all right, Gal. You can come. By the by, I don't mean to get all political or anything, but man, she did just a fantastic job. Recently, she showed a lot of the atrocities committed by, am I allowed to say Hamas on YouTube? Hamas, the other day, probably a couple weeks ago or so, at the Holocaust, there's some sort of Jewish center or Holocaust museum or something like that in Israel, and they literally boycotted it. There was people out there boycotting all that sort of stuff. So, may not fully line up with old Gal Gadot politically, but good on you, girl. Good on you, and keep it up. Keep it up. I think she served in the IDF, if Beer remembers correctly out there. So, thanks, James. Thanks, James. Really appreciate that. James Gunn, just really loves the kids out there. Really Really loves those kids. A Disney canned a completed 10-episode Alien vs. Predator anime series. Good job, Disney. I'm sure nobody would want to see an anime of Alien vs. Predator. Geniuses. A driver's ed instructor fired after crashing into the school building. I think they should. They should probably fire the driving instructor that runs into the school building. James Gunn is the arch villain of the DCU. That's true. That is true there. That is true. That's a funny picture. Learn to drive. Smash. Classic. Is James Gunn lying to everybody about his plans with the DCU? Yes. Yes, he is. A Dark Horse Comics writer, Christoph Boga, says, you can't have a career in mainstream comics and be part of Comicsgate. Challenge accepted, sir. Challenge accepted. Inclusion in movie casting has seen little progress since 2007. UNC Annenberg study finds. So even though they've put everybody, they've race-swapped everybody, there's been little progress, people. Little progress, unfortunately. DC reveals Batman Santa Claus crossover. Does it have a picture of it? There he is. There we are. I remember talking about this. There he is. Apparently Batman knew Santa Claus? I had no idea. No idea whatsoever. Santa Claus is looking really happy there. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Off, up and away, says Santa Claus. Where's your reindeer, sir? Santa Claus cannot fly. I want people to know that. It's only the reindeer that can fly. Only the reindeer that can fly. Bear knows because he's talked to several of the reindeer. You know, he's got, not down with, the big names out there, kind of, the more, Dasher and Blitzen type folks, big hullabaloo about, Rudolph, no, Rudolph was only really special for that one night, when they had fog, or cloudy. You don't want to have Rudolph, going through, on a clear night out there, you might get taken down by AAA or something like that. So, the way that it was relayed to Bear is, it was great being a reindeer on Christmas Eve. It was like the greatest job in the world, but, kind of also the worst job in the world because you have, it was relayed to Bear, it was like, not only you're flying through the air, you kind of look up, might be a really nice night, see the big full moon, big stars out there, you're going through, you look down, you see the snow-covered fields out there, and it looks great and everything, and then, of course, if you're in kind of the middle of the pack there with some of the reindeer, you look straight ahead, and you're looking at another reindeer's butt, people, so not always the best out there. Not always the best. So there you go. There's Santa Claus looking for revenge. Looking for some revenge out there on Batman. Urgh. Looks pretty rough there. Batman versus literally everybody. Literally everybody out there. You can't work in the mainstream and be mainstream comics and be part of Comicsgate. What was it that Elon Musk? What was it that Elon Musk said to Bob Iger? I'm assuming. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. A Blue Beetle lands at $25 million. Stray goes to the dogs with $8 million. That was the highest point that Blue Beetle ever saw. There you go. Poor guy. I'm sure the actor was fine, but God, we were just looking at some of the screen grabs, coming through. It's like, God, this is awful. This is awful. A WGA calls for government regulation. Oh boy. Anti-competitive practices on Disney and Amazon. Never went through, though. Never went through. They signed that contract. It didn't happen. James Gunn says he's not making a young Superman movie despite ditching Henry Cavill. Coming up with old Corn Sweat. Good old Corn Sweat there. I told you people were going to get to some NFTs. We finally got to it. Buyers of Bored Ape NFT sue after digital apes turn out to be a bad investment. What? No way. No freaking way, people. You're saying just, average looking art, modified hundreds of thousands of different ways, wasn't worth millions and millions of dollars? Go figure. Go figure, people. Key feature of NFTs has completely broken. No worries. No worries, people. You're buying it for the art. You're buying it for the art, people. A plague of beer-drinking raccoons has caused a catastrophe as they raid homes across Germany. Across Germany, people. That's where beers live. It's where beers live, is in Germany. Super Mario star announces retirement. You are all numero uno in my heart. Numero one. Numero one. There he is, smiling away. Bear had a long story about this. I don't want to get into it. But Star Trek actor George Takei believes opposition to concept of transgender children can lead to World War II internment camps. Yeah, straight line. Completely straight line. Nothing at all. Matt Reeves rumored to be building The Batman cinematic universe separate from the DCU. Well, he sort of did, except for all the Arkham Asylum, which is part of the DCU. Which is not confusing at all. Not at all, people. Not at all. Horrible looking movie. Terrible. Bob Barker died. Bob Barker died 99 years young. Animal activist, people. Animal activist. When was this? August 26. August 26, people. Look at him. He just wanted to find the price and hope it was right. Mr. Beast says he's dying mentally, filming content to meet weekly demand for, quote, later this year. So apparently, R.I.P. Mr. Beast. R.I.P. Mr. Beast. Disney sued over fraudulent scheme to hide streaming losses. We were talking about that, so there we go. It's gonna be interesting. Although, unfortunately, it's in a Delaware federal court. You ain't gonna get any justice out of Delaware, that's for sure. Late night host discussed strike. Nobody cares. Colbert's mom dated a Nicaraguan dictator. Whatever. Bear had to go through a hurricane, people. Go through a freaking hurricane. It was fun. Fun stuff. Fun stuff out there. All right, rounding it out, people. We're coming down, hopefully to the end, because we're coming up to September. Coming up to September here. Just 12% of Americans, mostly men, are eating half of our beef supply. Fellas, you're contributing to the destruction of the environment with all those cow farts out there. I tell you. A new sighting of Loch Ness Monster captured. Let's see it. Look at there. Exciting. Look, it's something, I think. I don't know. Maybe could be, plastic bag. Could be a number of things, people. Could be a number of things, but we'll believe it's Nessie. Well, Eric is doing his part. He ate a double cheeseburger. Congratulations, sir. I hope it was good. The death of the streaming wars declares Wired. Yeah, pretty much. Fantastic Four, number 12, looks at the introductions of dinosaurs. So there you are, people. If you ever wanted to see the Fantastic Four as dinosaurs, there you are. There you are. Wait, was it Fantastic Four? Excuse me, Dinosaur Avengers. Pardon me. I thought, I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. Where a T-Rex gets a vibranium shields, I have no idea. That's a lot, though. That is a lot. Lessie needs to pose better, says P-Money. That's true. That is true. Unearthed comments show DC Studios James Gunn was no fan of Tim Burton's Batman or Christopher Nolan's Batman Begins. That's all right. I'm sure he's got great ideas for the new Batman. What was it called? Something like The Bold and the Beautiful. Something like that. I forget the name of it. Amy wishes she had a double cheeseburger. Well, you're not a man, Amy. We the men out there, they need to eat the meat. 80% apparently. Let's see. Novelist Delkin Finn explains the death of the superhero movie mirrors the death of the Westerns. Has nothing to do with so-called fatigue. Yeah, just way too many of them. Way too many of them. So Gunn doesn't like the best DC movies. Nope, but he thought The Flash was the best movie he's ever seen. He's building that up, and it's like, oh yeah, look at the great special effects. This was not shot out on a green screen at the last minute at all. No, it looks terrific. What was her name? What was the Sasha Calle? I hope she's in more things. I think she's I think she looked good. I think she looked good in the Superman outfit there. So hopefully she's able to do some more stuff in the future. Maybe not with DC, but I look pretty good. Hopefully she's going places here. Oprah and The Rock. Poor The Rock. He's just been in a number of things here. Slam for asking fans to donate money towards Maui fires, despite $2.8 billion net worth. So they were begging for money for their tax what do you call it? Tax write-off foundation out there. Won't you donate to our foundation so we can get a tax write-off on our millions, billions, even dollars? Won't you? Won't you, sir? She's Hispanic? I had no idea. I did not know she was Hispanic. Okay. Wasn't bad as a Hispanic Supergirl. Didn't even register for beer. Very good. Very good. Burning Man turned into chaos this year. What was it? It was rain. Rain turned everything to mud. Who knew? Who knew being out in the middle of a radioactive wasteland might be a bad thing? Might be a bad thing. So Burning Man, not so good this year. Financial analyst calls for Bob Iger and the Disney board executive management to be axed. Bear will second that. Bear will second that. Ava DuVray, whatever, says racism and sexism. Of course, it has to be both. To blame for her stupid film failing that nobody wanted to go see. Why? Because it looked like that. Why? Look, this is like not even first year. This is like first month film school. It's like you don't have to put everything in the center of your frame and then, blur out everything in the background to make your foreground look good. Also, the coloring looks just god-awful. Just looks terrible. And of course, your subject isn't really in focus as well. So other than that, yeah, total racism. And sexism as well. Sexism and racism, for sure. Drew Barrymore hit with pickets, wearing out the WGA badges. She got in some hot water for that, too. Kicked the people out, and he was like, you're a scab. You're a scab, Drew. No comment. Don't need to comment. Don't need to comment at all. Don't need to comment at all. Bear, how do you compare this film to first-year film school? That's offensive to first-year film school. That's true. Bear complimenting Oppenheimer. Said it was the greatest student film of all time. Kind of a backhanded compliment because it was literally like, okay, we're going to give you, all this money and all these actors and everything you can possibly want. IMAX to the moon. Oh, you want to shoot in black and white as well as color? Sure, what the hell? Nudity? Sure, why not? What the heck? 3-hour long runtime? Yeah, okay. What that? Yeah. It was like everything that a student film director, first-year director would love to have. So that's why. Backhanded compliment. Oppenheimer, greatest student film of all time. NASA, biggest discovery of all time. Biggest discovery of the century. They found possibly evidence of life on another world. Yes, indeed, people. Yes, indeed. It's only like, I forget, however many light years away it was. But yeah, it's a long ways away, people. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll find out next year. Sad. Oprah Winfrey was shocked. Shocked, people. over the vitriol of Maui Fire donation backlash. She's shocked, people. Shocked indeed. I don't know what Oprah getting whiter each year. I don't know what the deal is. You need to get out more in the sun in Maui there. Vice President Kamala Harris hosts Common, Jeezy, and other artists at event marking the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Completely selling out. Good job, hip hop. Good job. Well, hip hop sold out a number of years ago. Whatever. One of Bear's favorites. Irate family called police on Jennifer Granholm. She's the energy secretary. A team for blocking charging station spot for her electric car. So they were driving a gas-powered car. They parked in front of the charging station to kind of hold her spot. Family came up and was like, hey, we want to use this spot. And they're like, no, you can't use it. And you're like, well, you're in a gas-powered car, and this is an electric vehicle charging station. Get the hell out of the way. No, we can't do it. The energy secretary's on the way, don't you know? Spreading the love. Vandals film smashing cruise robo-taxi with hammer. There you are. This is the self-driving taxis that have been pulled out of San Francisco. There you are. Another crypto story. Collapsing. Yada, yada, yada. You know all about it. Jesus, the pool where he walked and healed a blind man. They have opened it up. Well, it's probably not open anymore with the situation in Gaza going on, but there you go. For a brief time, you could probably go and walk where Jesus walked. Here you are. And swam where he swam, apparently. Fables creator Bill Willingham declares asymmetric warfare on DC Comics. Releases series to public domain. Good job. Good job, sir. Here you go. Here you go. Where is our good Canadian friend? I hope he didn't leave. Zelensky joins Canadian Parliament's ovation to a 98-year-old veteran who fought, with those bad Germans. Standing ovation. Standing ovation. Where was it? That's a tiny picture, but there you are. Not one, but like two or three. He's like, yay, yay. He's literally part of the SS. So, whoops-a-doodle. Whoops-a-doodle. Pretending I'm not here for this, says P-Money. Okay, that's fine. I'm assuming that is probably a punishable crime there in Canada. Probably the reason why people don't know too much about the old bad Germans is, this lady. She's the library president. Hey, yeah, we need to be a site of socialist organizing. Sure, why not? Sure. Looks like a bad Drew Carey cosplay. Very bad Drew Carey cosplay out there. The WGA strike officially ended September 26th. 26 out there. So they finally ended it, people. There you are. Glory be to us all. Except for they spent big on sushi, 5-star hotels, and of course cash for Democrats. Why not? What the heck? That was the one where they had the lovely sushi boat with it's like a $500 sushi boat. There you go. Is that a woman? I don't know. Possibly. We don't know these days. Bear's not going underneath the covers there to find out. So there you are. There's your boat o sushi, people. Bear's getting hungry here. This is only, what is this, September? I'm getting hungry. Hungry as heck. After 6 weekends, Blue Beetle finally surpasses its box office, production budget at the box office. Movie has lost tens of millions of dollars. Couldn't have happened to a nicer group of people. I'm sure Aquaman will do just fine. One of Bear's favorite stories. I'm sure Eric is there as well. How New York City's fine dining elite got pranked by Gen Zers. Fake steakhouse. Have you heard this? YouTube. Fake steakhouse. Complete with milk servers, celebs, and a wedding proposal. So that was nice. They had this is the one that probably got Bear in a lot of trouble right here. We'll see what YouTube decides. I thought this was great. It was the young guy. He's still in his 20s, and he's like, He's like got this picture with JFK. It's like you wouldn't have even been born at that point. So there we go. You'll have to go back and check out the show, but very good. A wedding proposal. It had everything, people. It had everything except for the truth. Everything except for the truth out there. So they thought it was a 5-star dining experience, and it was just a bunch of college kids and former college kids. Illuminati tag incoming, says Eric. There you are. Probably. Bears Rambo in the previous show. What was it? There's another video as well, doing gangbusters. And then he did the show the last time talking about this, and I got dinged on that. So that's probably true, Eric. Probably true. It's steak. I'm fine wherever it is. I eat it, says P Money. Yes, indeed. A bear shocking visit to Disney World forces multiple ride closures. Trying to give him a piece of bear's mind. Piece of bear's mind out there. Dwayne Keefe D. arrested, charged with the murder of Tupac Shakur, 1996. So, it only took, I don't know, what's that been, 30 years? Find the murder of Tupac, but we finally get it. It wasn't Biggie. Netflix plans to raise prices, people. Raise its prices. Who can knew? Who can knew out there? All right, man, I might have to end this early because this is a long one here, people. A killer manatee movie will be made in Tampa Bay. Look at the manatee. Ready to take a bite out of human flesh. Although manatees do taste delicious. They do. Take it from bear. Pirates wreak havoc on San Francisco Bay. Interesting. Who knew pirates in 2023 would be wreaking havoc in San Francisco Bay out there? Electric truck maker losing $33,000 every vehicle it sells. They're selling the vehicles for $80,000 on average, and they're still losing $33,000. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be how it works, people. Not sure. I don't know if many people remember the Robin Hood. Bear just kind of barely mentioned it, and it literally blew up. I was like, holy cow. People are talking about I should have made more of a to-do about it, for crying out loud. Robin Hood director, once again, another director melting down over series' negative reception. Gee, I wonder why. Claims show is being review bombed by who else, people? Who else could it be but racist? No sexist? Or homophobes? Come on. Catch up with the times, man. Amish men shunned following emergency alert test that outed them for having cell phones. That was when we had the emergency alert that nobody wanted. Well, neither did the Amish. The Amish didn't want it at all. Wait, there's a Robin Hood series. Never heard of it. It was filmed in Canada. You should have heard about it by now, unless you're a racist. New Yorkers are ditching therapists for psychics. I just kind of gave up, they said. Just kind of gave up. The psychics knew. The psychics knew all along. I didn't want to jump into this. I just wanted to make mention of it. Eric July responds to Good Shepherd Ministries suing him and Rippaverse over InSom trademark, accusing organization of attempting to shake him down. Shaking down the old Ripper. The old Ripper out there. I haven't really followed this, so I don't really have much comment on it other than it should have been. This is probably a very easy handle. Hey, we'll give you a little bit of money. Go away. Go away now. So there you go. One of the reasons that Bear doesn't want to go to the old Chicago Comic-Con thing. I don't know who came up with that idea. This is BLM Chicago. So they make their feelings known. They make their feelings known. So it's like you're going into the den of vipers out there if you're going to Chicago. So Tampa, sure, come on down. Chicago, not so much. Probably want to find out whose idea that was and stick a foot right up their bum who decided to go to Chicago for the Comicsgate convention. Stay out of Chicago, Bear. Well, they got the team of the Bears there. You'd figure that they would, you know, at least appreciate Bear up there. But nah, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. City struck with Harambe Memorial Bridge after rogue Google Maps edits. Whoops a doodle. How do you... forget how offensive it is. How do you stick a flag in a parachute? Listen, I didn't say they were smart. Just said that they were supporting certain stuff. Brie Larson reportedly grew disillusioned with Captain Marvel role. Doesn't want to play the part anymore. Well, Brie, I got some news for you. You're probably not going to play it anymore anyways, because you literally starred in the worst box office bomb of all time. So, you kind of did it on yourself there. Kind of did it on yourself. Possibly. Why does it keep doing that, for crying out loud? Gosh darn. No, I don't want to, for crying out loud. There we go. Penciler Chris Wozniak lawsuit against Warner Brothers and DC over The Batman is going to trial. Come on, man. Working with the Woz here. Working with the Woz. There you go. There you are. Gosh darn it. Indiegogo. This is why Bear was thanking Eric earlier. Indiegogo shadow bans literally everybody in Comicsgate. Aaron Lopresti's Kit Carter Planet Doom graphic novel. Because look at all the racism and sexism and homophobia and Islamophobia and I don't know, veganophobia. Sure, what the heck? Yeah, Aaron, awesome, Aaron. Really, Indiegogo. 2024 is gonna be the year of fund my comic. I think a lot of people are just gonna tell Indiegogo to go pound sand. Go pound sand. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much, sir. One of Bear's favorite stories: cars competing who can blast Celine Dion songs the loudest. Plunge New Zealand town into chaos. I don't even want to read any more into that. I think that's just... I think the headline says it for itself there. Yeah, they have all these cars with all the like loudspeakers on there. Look at this. How do you even drive that? I don't even know how you drive that. But they're blasting Celine Dion music for some reason. For some reason. Near, far, wherever you are. The stablecoin, USDR. So this is a stablecoin. Basically is supposed to be $1 per coin. Is essentially how it's supposed to be. It depegs to 53 cents. But crypto, please do go buy crypto, people. It's legit, totally legit. Binance US halts direct dollar withdrawal. So even if you wanted to withdraw it, you can't do it. Whoops a doodle. Oh well, not a worries. No worries at all. I'm sure your NFT is going to be fine. Man behind Ivy League doxing trucks has his home searched by gun-toting SWAT team. He got swatted. Look at there. There you go. There was the truck. They had all the people there from like Harvard and Yale and some of the other places where there were like student presidents or people in the law school or whatever signed on, says, "Oh yeah, we support Palestine. Right on, from the river to the sea." So this is okay. Well, you know, you're public figures. You signed your name to this, so we're gonna roll around with your truck talking about, what is it? Harvard's leading anti-Semites. So a poor guy got doxed himself. They were saying it was a look at this. Now, dude, why do you have? And I know Bear believes he knows where this is. Not specifically the house. I just believe I know where the county where this is. Good job, guys. Good job. Just walk up to the door with your guns raised here in Florida. That you're gonna get shot, officer. Believe me. That ain't gonna fly. Oh well, you know, we thought it was a swatting experience, so you know, we had to come with guns drawn. Yeah, well, the whole imminent, or not imminent domain, what am I? Castle doctrine. Castle doctrine. Yeah, well, we can, as old Biden says, just shoot through the door with your shotgun. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Anyways, he wasn't home at the time, thankfully. Thankfully. Speaking of thankfully, oh gosh, what are we up to? We are finally up to November, people. Bear's scratchy voice here. I hope. Thank you for bearing with it. Oy. This is why Bear only does it like an hour and a half. Oh, yeah. What are we up to? 2.5 hours. Holy cow. This is going to be a long, long show. Sophia Coppola says Apple canned her Edith Wharton series over unlikable lead. Thank you, Apple Plus. Thank you, Apple Plus. Alleged Michelangelo sketches in hidden Florence Chapel can be viewed for the first time. So there you are. There you are, looking pretty good. Let's see. Pimai says, in Canada, when we are swatted, the police apologize. Oh, sorry, eh? Has some maple syrup, and while we swat you. Yeah, F around and find out applies to the cops, too. Yes, indeed. If you're in Florida, yeah, you better watch that. Don't come up to your freaking door with a gun drawn. At the very least, call back to the house and see if there's any situation. Or usually a lot of these high-profile people have their names, cell phone or whatever, in with a database with the 911 people. So it's like, hey, if you get this weird thing, just give me a call back and just double check. So, yeah, they didn't do it. I think I know which county it is, too. And the surrounding areas are nice, but that's a little bit of Wokeville there as well. So we'll leave it at that. A Disney to buy out Comcast Hulu stake for only $8.6 billion. Minor, small change there. Friday at Freddy's. Friday at Freddy's did a really good job. Really good job out there. Congratulations on them. $16 McDonald's meal leaves fans fuming. They were so worried earlier in the year for $15 Big Mac in France. Well, good old Biden economics here. What do they call it? Is it Bidenomics or something like that? What a stupid idiot. Drunk grizzlies keep getting hit by trains in Montana. That's because they're drunk, people. Drunk grizzlies keep getting hit by trains in Montana. Terrible. Marvel director Nina DaCosta explains why she left the film's production. It was terrible. It was terrible, and I didn't want to have my name anywhere near this. Bidenflation. Thank you. That's why I got the chat out here. SAG-AFTRA, they finally get theirs. What was it, November 8th? November 8th. Didn't help out the Marvels, though. Not at all. Lowest box officing opening ever for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And one of the biggest bombs of all time, people. We've got over 100 years. Over 100 years of box office. It was Brie Larson that did it, man. Brie Larson that did it. James Gunn confirms Superman Legacy release date will not change. We believe you, James. We believe you. A Bored Ape creator says UV lights at Ape Fest burned attendees' eyes and skin. Par for the course. Old crypto. Oreo fans claim company is skimping on cream filling in latest Bidenomics scam. Shrinkflation scam. Marvel's director Nina DaCosta describes critics, here we go, people, of woke Marvel as, let's go through it, virulent, violent, racist, and sexist, and homophobic. And I'm just going to throw in Islamophobics as well. So all of them. And phobic against women and T-tops as well. There you go, with the old Michelle Obama arms. She went to go work on another movie with Tessa Thompson. Like, oh wow, you leave Brie Larson to go with Tessa Thompson? That's a sideway move at best. At best. Carissa, whatever. Thompson reveals why she would make up NFL sideline reports. Because they wouldn't talk to her. They just wouldn't talk to her at all. So she's like, I'm just going to make this up. Whatever. He's really injured, but he's pushing through it. The coach says, we were down in the first half, but we're going to come back out with more energy in the second half. It's really easy. Anybody can do it, even a blonde. Ultra marathon runner banned for a year after using car in the race. Hopefully she didn't run him down. She still came in like third place. I think it was like third place or something like that. She got the medal. She like blamed it on I don't know, flight lag or something like that, jet lag. It's like, oh, I was so tired. But I still accepted the medal after driving a car. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, fine. I would still be like, the first and second place people would be like, yeah, not only did I beat, first and second place or third place, I beat third place when she was driving a car, man. A car. Yar. They didn't say I couldn't use a helicopter in this race. That's true. The Marvel sets another record post worst second weekend box office drop in comic book movie history. Setting records left and right, the Marvel. I mean, they wanted it to be historic. I mean, it is history. How do they pronounce it? Herstory. It is herstory out there. Making some herstory. Yeah, once again, Disney had the 5 worst flops of all time, just in 2023. 2023. I mean, they went out, they blew out Heaven's Gate and Cutthroat Island and John Carter, 13th Warrior, Lone Ranger, Battlefield Earth, people, Town and Country, Speed Racer, Disney, MCU, all of them. Holy cow, people. Fugitive Turkles evades local authorities and unites a New Jersey town. He is a gangster, people. Turkles. Probably the essence of Tupac. The essence of old Tupac out there. Bob Iger criticized Disney movies under Chapek. I was disappointed in what I was seeing. Alternate title, Bob Iger throws Chapek under the bus. Iger also addressed Disney pullback from X after Elon Musk's endorsement of anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. Well, old Elon had a saying for you as well. In fact, I think Bear broke that on the show. It literally came out while he was, if Bear remembers, while he was talking about it. So, anyways, there's that. Pop-Tarts bowl to feature edible mascot that players can eat following the game. That sounds delicious. I need to quit doing all these food stories. Bear is getting literally hungry. I was hoping to do some dinner here. I'm literally starving, people. Literally. Now I got to talk about pork. Escaped pig named Albert Einswine leads New Jersey police on wild chase for quarter mile. He says faster than they look. So go ahead and make your pigs chasing pigs jokes right now. There you go, people. Albert Einswine. McDonald's is giving its burgers, this has no relations whatsoever, giving its burgers a makeover. Here's which changes are coming. So they're talking about this. This will be next year. They're going to do what? They're going to Big Macs get more sauce. They get brioche buns. Ooh, they should just do Texas toast. Sesame seeds. Cheese will be taken out sooner. Onions will be rehydrated. Lettuce and pickles will be stored in smaller containers. Oh, wow. You could just make better burgers, but whatever. Take the onions out sooner. That's fine. I didn't want to talk too much about this, but I thought this was really interesting part in history where it was, let me find it here. The number 1 movie and the number 3 movie in the United States were both foreign, both Japanese. Hunger Games came in between. Trolls at number 4. And of course, Disney wishing that this was a whole lot better. Wish. Just another kind of under the radar, complete bombs. Wish out there. Complete bombs. I forget, like $200 million or something like that, and it didn't make anything. Didn't make anything. Let's see. Ooh, Albert Einstein, the the pig went the slower everyone else got. I see what you did there, Peabody. I see what you did there. The speed of pig. Speed of pig. Well, in case you didn't believe Bear, people, the 2024 Oscar Visual Effects finalists, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy, and The Marvels. Oscar-nominated Ant-Man and the Wasp and The Marvels. So if you didn't think that the Oscars were completely broken and bought and paid for, there you go. There you are. There's your visual effects right there, people. Look at it. Look at it. Behold it. That is something to behold. MODOK in his butt. First tomato ever grown in space, lost 8 months ago, has been found by NASA astronauts. Good job. Apparently to be put on McDonald's spin-off Cosmix, unveils its first menu with tomatoes in space. I mean, sure, they were lost for 8 months, but it's par for the course. It's Mickey D's or Cosmix out here. Bull that escaped slaughterhouse taken to animal sanctuary after causing rush hour chaos on Newark Penn Station tracks. Let's see, do we have the picture? There it is. There is the bull. That's no bull, people. That's no bull. It's on the tracks. On the tracks. The space tomato flew away. Apparently it was found. I think it was in the refrigerator kind of behind the milk somewhere. You know, kind of tucked behind some stuff. It's all right. That's all right. They finally found it. They were blaming the guy that grew it. They says, hey, he ate it. He's like, no, I didn't eat it. I swear, I just lost it. I put some Velcro on it and stuck it on the wall, and then it just disappeared. Poof, gone. Go figure. Foodies shocked by secret ingredient in McDonald's fries. No wonder it hurts my stomachs. People, they are putting in beef tallow. Beef tallow. It's true. It is true, people. Mayim Bailink, out at Jeopardy. Out, completely gone. That is the answer. I guess they were fine with Ken What's-His-Face. And we were talking about her, whatever the hell she was wearing. Like some sort of bow tie with a long jacket with a skirt that should go just a little bit longer, but whatever, that's fine. That's fine. And she thinks she looks great. You go, girl. You go, girl. Finally, people, finally, we have made it. Almost a bear makes fun of 3-hour-long live shows. Here we are, almost 3 hours. The final one. The final one. We're going to leave it on a high note, people. Hulk Hogan finds Christ and is baptized. Yes, indeed. I'm a brother in Christ, says Hulk Hogan. Getting his dunk on. There you are. And his lovely bride. There you are, but he is there getting his baptism. Getting his baptism. Oh my gosh, that makes Ma'am look like she has 3 legs. 3. Careful there. We are in 2023, almost 2024, but I don't want to go there, people. Don't want to go there. Whew. People, we made it. I can't believe we did this. Bear is never gone. Well, he did it that one time. He accidentally, I think the Wi-Fi went out on Bear, and he thought he exited the stream, and it actually just left the stream running for 12 or 24 hours or something like that. People came back, was like, Bear, where are you? Bear, it's 3 a.m. Why are you still streaming? No, he wasn't. Bear, it was still streaming, and Bear wasn't there. So I think that was the longest one Bear ever had. I think I ended up deleting it, unfortunately. But the longest one ever here, almost at 3 freaking hours, people. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I'm starving. Bear's literally, most time Bear says, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead in the woods. I'm hungry," and he's slightly hungry, but Not this time. Beer is literally starving here, people. So we're going to make it very, very quick here. Want to thank everyone out there. The Listers, P-Money, Eric, freaking mod extraordinaire. Great to see him. Great to see, let me see, Jiminy as well. I think we saw Jeff. Marco for Anthony. I'm scrolling, Mark. I know we had some others. Oh yeah, Henry as well. And of course, all of our Russian bots and lurkers. I'm sorry if I'm missing somebody. Bear apologizes. So, yeah, I hope everyone has a happy 2024. Bear may take a little time off here, so this might be the last live show for a while. We're going to do some videos, but it might be the last show for just a little bit. Bear's got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to get into it right now, but it might be a little weak. So I want to thank everybody out there. I hope you have a great and safe New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, all that good stuff, even Chinese New Year. I hope that is good for you as well, people. But you know what? People? Bear's, all this talk, literally all this talk, has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, people. Happy 2024. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Why am I not? There we go. Now we will end stream.